Ebuziafo ma munyina ache emma kwa aba eba UTV so anopai eye memenda otwedi ampo Nyankopon so edna domara kwa ode ache ayete enkom ayehia live wo critical issues so ya fra me vim lady Afia Pokua na anopai ya ne mpanifo akukudam ya wo munim de wo mte Ghana manyosem ene dodo amamu ase ene yehia no den ene ma free and fair elections ebedru afi we eye election year 2020 yempo bronya bosome da to sonson o se Ghana ye nyina ye koto santen ne ye to aba ne ye kire se ye de aban kro no abetena ho anase ye besesa no se de onim ne free 1992 ya Ghana ye se ye de ho beje de do amamu ase no ya to aba pa na se de articles ne research bebra aba akan no Ghana abato manson bi etumi pejanity ewom na ye ne se de ye ba ye constitution 1992 constitution e ba ye de abato san ba bi o no eno kra de abato mu manson ene hyase 1992 abato no koye manson okay na professor Dubai ene ejine mu ama MPP amenyoko no okasa abato we a o mato pa de wiemu Rollins ne nkofo wiemu wa chinchim obi ansa agunachi amwa sheda pa wiemu ma onya over 65% win santi ase na anya adwumaniti professor Dubai etwo stolen verdict na essence stolen verdict no che se ade de ye wiemu enti MPP for anko parliament 1992 96 and on buy. In two to Ghana, your fundamentals of Fapem Noa, and a side of Fourth Republic democracy, Nisi Hobiono, Manso Kakrawum. In fact, was your constitution 1992 Noa, yeah, true constitution, could be manco. In Ghana, democracy, no, and some womb. But it is in the beauty of Sa and Semano and a Magana democracy, no, when you are bedroom say. Sounds what my year Cheshire, your father for you and Cheshire. Nesa say esun we nti na 2012 ye to abakra enti ase anya adwuma no ye kodan Supreme Court say wo mu nkire mu ene ebibrem amai bebre so Ghana mu a ana wo mu hia Ghana fo ana wo matwa oprusen se Ghana nko na ye to aba ye nye se Kenya ye san akọ abato bi 2020 no ase musa kase aba ne say so Ghana abato we ya ye to ebe ye clean free fair balance ana se ebe chia ye be san akọ Supreme Court bi o anampo ansa na bronya bosome da to sonson no bedu no ye be court ana ebinum aka se be ya ye nkọ court ntem yera senior programs officer Emma CDD yera Mensa Bompai one of the people omo propaganda theory ni say obi o court a konentem na wan twen ama anko ben abato no ansa na akoka se wudi injunction e kwa akoto so nyesa ye ba benya constitutional crisis anope ni nyina ye critical issues e wo se ye kan wansa na de ma ye kra ye de no 2020 asan ye critical ana obi be kan bro for super critical ne say ye COVID-19 yare kese a wan hwe nipa boa wo mo ho ano a na yare etre edeko enti COVID-19 brem electoral commission se ye betrodin oso o ma ye ahoboa akande ne ade a ye be hwe se yare no entre ene kwan so ana ye nkotrodin no ye ntro ne sen ye change voters register an bia ye change ana ye trodin fufuro ana ebema free and fair elections abana ene is all encompassing niama bebre ni aka bom ene ye hwe se free and fair elections democracy no it is any na anope critical issues ene ye de beba openika se send Ghana programs director and as a country director Emma Oman we say yera George Osei Akoto Bimpe e wo hanum se wono no pani a ote mensa ebenkum eso okodo otoa no so ye nyina anim one of our favorite professors e wo Ghana hanum se ye kan Ghana adekira wadomu esukopa na ye kan manyosem so a wa kire atwotwo nwoma bebre atwo articles ne publications bebra amane ukuta abodin kese professor runs for example prof mebusa se o fiedin a minimum se prof fiedin a professor runs for example and obi be ka se very controversial but Ghana wanya controversial kra na mimi say me middle them super controversial because in the history of Ghana no also to me ma udin epiemu ebi into professor Jampo and eto so prof here that pa and a senior programs officer Center for Democratic Development yera Mensa Abrompa ewo hanum se ono so ejina ma CDD amanyoko no so aye edwuma fie bebre ewo CDD ho or security desk ewo CDD research omo ye fa abato on kodeyo monitoring opani wo modi mu achese akotene pa ekọ ba bia Ghana democracy ne politics ne abato otiase pa panifo foi and a bebo and a doctor for be better chunk more Skype ni Zoom Afia any risk analysis be say COVID ya be there risk analysis any indicators say also the adwuma abra electoral commission say chinchina obetro ignisa so na constitution di tumi amom say omotwe di ntano pay ye mo akwa follow live critical issues e wo YouTube any Facebook na for adwen che bra questions any bibia ope bia mpanifo kokudam yiwai omatumi ache mu e de amampanifo ye mamu nyina akwa ba
yeah.
Ya passe da kase so ma empanifo a madaroma de bia ye betena ye de bremo e na pamakro ye de omo encheche mu ne bebro no hu say e covid ya be ankro e wo fie no obi edidi de be di aduane e be mu ahoden na ebusi immune system o to mampani akadada se ni Ghana nuane nkontomre atoko ayuo da wadawa e kwansuso ane ade o ya na ade na pamakro no na ade awo no e chese no ano nkora ni nya obi eni agi e busanfo ye nhye enkomo no ase ayehwe de enema free and fair elections eba Prof Jampo ma make sure say free also make us say watch your publications baby about free and fair elections and I say generally about amanyo semni ade and I make am we fi say me de be kan say before crowd o chia de nyina wasan ye adwuma mfie bebre wa aye and a political party discourse ne ade nyina wadi mu akotene pa watch your home books ne ade ye ka say bibi free and fair elections about wa ubeche mu sen
oh ye ka say free and fair elections about wa. First of all, abattoir akwenye bia edema nipa se ewo kebima menkebi amemu mu no omomfa so na omonkyere mpenimfo a ebidi omanim na yeka se free and fair. In fact, mienu bi so kan peaceful and transparent na che se ye fa sa akwenya no so na wontwi biara embem na afei ubia bete ne ho ase se nhyehyeye a yedigu akwan mu a embema nipa etumi ato aba no nhyehyeye ni nyina yedi so nhyehyeye ni nyina ye frenchem obia entumi enya ho asem enka afi ntiase eye edwuma between omo a omo hwe abato no so ni omo a omo contest abato ene nasefo se we num nyina egu akwan mu na se ntiase ne abutoyem ewo ho a necessarily no yeto aba na abro no betumi aka say free and fair peaceful and transparent na nhwehwemu ene research no akire usua political science a yewo nniema bebre a esese egu akwemu a ebema yetumi enya free and fair peaceful and transparent elections but ansana nka mekoso no mepese me dikan eka assembi nkofo bebre a mo Ghana ha boni me from unscrupulous politicians wo ka dey about political science or mo se wo mo ti wo mo ka theory theory na mo kana agron wo from practice na the theory and practice no they are inseparable ya ka bibi se theory a theory ye practice ya practice ya na ya ji atum se eno na ye ene ya kyerɛ obukum ena fe ye hweso na ye de measure anase ye de guard practice what you say enti no say ya anti theory ase a practice is meaningless uti me do gate na no papa no okita thermometer gun we do ona ode kyerɛ miti so ena already me temperature anope me ba me sheda bisa doctor ni bi o say your normal temperature no must range between 36 to 37.5 degrees Celsius. Okay. Yenim sa theory ninti. Papa no ode ade ne se wuti so na se 36 ana 37 na onim so ye normal. Se wonim sa theory na so ni se wuti so a na se wo de ne 100 I say ye me de 100 do. You don't understand. The practice is the practical or the factual situation is that wo de ne 100. But because you don't know the theory you don't understand it. So practice makes sense when they are used within the context of theory. And without theory, we are unable to tell whether what is going on practically is right or it is wrong. And the catch omo ka say ye theory no say omo hua de. Yeah, adie to ensure the conduct of free and fair elections and run adwume da na me ye sa research no nia nkofo bebre aka na the podcast science theories aka niema bi wo ho a esese ekoso before the elections itself take place and na niema bi wo ho a ese ekoso bra ye elections no and na niema bi wo ho a ese ekoso after ye elections no so sa niema nyina to me koso a ye be ye free fair peaceful and transparent elections. Number 1, before elections. Obronebeka said there should be freedom of expression. Obia to make so be to make sure na dream. Because abattoir in the lead up to elections, so there should be a healthy contest of ideas. And you know, obia to me there should be freedom of expression. But freedom of expression is not licentious for buffoonery. Ya ka say obia me chere say obia to me chere na adwen a enya say ye wo democracy monti a esese nkwase akeka nsem mi a eya atenie nsem mi a nkwala ko social media abofre bi a onwie GHS mpoti mi hwe openi ti say na akufo ado enim openi say John Mahama enim e frɛ no comfort kan nsem bi e chere ni na because you practice democracy and there should be freedom of expression. Empenifo ni o man mu ana. Freedom of expression does not mean say yanka asem a chere say yantete yen. Enti no say obi yantete na empenifo man mu a o kasa say empenifo to me twe na so the facelessness of Facebook and social media must not be a license for people to be saying anything about me ama implosion and I say between ama oman no eja atum. Number 2, there should be freedom of assembly. People should be able to organize themselves and to to decide on what they want to do. Number 3, there should be freedom of association. People should be able to form any grouping, any political party, and all. We are a multi-party democracy. Enti, as I said, a man for etumi eka boom at any time. Yes, you perceive a group be a manual group, you perceive a contest election. But you see, a multi-party democracy, the fact that we are a multi-party democracy does not also necessarily mean say, as I say, obia soria, now akwati a manual. Okay. Mali, over 100 political parties. Mali. Ghana, you were over 25 registered political parties. And why and what it takes to win an election. What you are saying? In a multi-party democracy is a kind of an arrangement where there are more than 2 political parties of more or less equal strength, such that in any major electoral contestation, it becomes difficult for only one party to win an election without the support of the others. And multi-party democracy. Not just say you truly multi-party democracy. It should be difficult for MPP to win an election in a major election without the support of other political parties.
And it should be difficult for
NDC to do same. Okay. What you say? And not just say political parties, you know, or muhu anything. But yeah, amorphous groupings be so yes, obia so yes, a political party. Obia so yes, a political party with all manner of agenda behind. I'm saying that conditions before elections to be able to ensure that they are free and fair elections. People should be allowed.
What's the freedom of expression, freedom of assembly?
And freedom of expression, freedom of association, freedom of assembly. And nyama bebre ho. Mame kana
bobo na e baba baka be
me pekasa kakra but mame bobo we no so na me wi am again there should be what we call universal adult suffrage. I just say obi a we 18 years bia oye of sound mind only criminal record bia no as I say ye man no kwan na eden otumi vote. In that case no se nipa no register ya, we should be able to capture the person in our voters register and then also ensure that the credibility of our voters register is never in question. Until obi already 18 years bia no ese de no ka until no eya na manfo ka say yentumi ye new yentumi ye voters register for ye and say voters register and see e na hwe na se for but nia eya na omonti ase ne say ye pew ye mpew enkofo bi nso ho omodi 18 esese ye fa kwan bi ye di omo ye den e ka voters register no nti no eya ye nhwe ye na anye se as a battle commission de bia na ye ni omo but there should be a credible voters register and then also there should be a level playing field for all political parties to operate and say obi won incumbency no otumi bi anase o advantage bi na obi opposition na ono nso sabi onim ni a or yes and who and then there should be an independent electoral commission. If you are we conditions before the elections and near discuss, then I can go to conditions during elections and then conditions after that. So there should be an independent electoral commission. Independent electoral commission. Now, independent electoral commission.
What they mention, person running me through the list.
No, there should be independent electoral commission, and then there should also be an independent judiciary that settles electoral disputes. Sir, again, maybe last on the conditions before elections, there should also be no impediment to voter registration. Obi person or register na say na be obetumi ato aba. And say bibia eden etumi esino kwan, especially if the person is not a minor and the person has no crime, is not a criminal and all that na. And say bibia esino kwan. Me dey no be see na if we can discuss this, then we can look at it.
Okay, nti era Abraham Promoso CDD say na make na why adwuma in so many years. The Professor Jampo as a criteria and that's ingredients here. Yenya ibetimi aka say benya free and fair, transparent and accurate election no. No correct.
Hey, ubi sasa me lecture aka say ubi say no correct. Yeah.
Say una mo ground.
Ubi say we drum certificate ana. Well, if you say yeah, say all kind no, a prof you be odi about to achieve. Ba ko para me dey be ka ho ye movement. Movement me prepare because of yeah about to do no go areas no doors no mind mununti no you can pre elections activities and pay movements by freedom of accessibility and movement prof akani na you can say about to be ya ntina so share me madam fubi ko share Mombasa na you discuss asem we say on international observers asem kra ne die nyina say o mbedu ne ni ato aba ne chen no declare free and fair but say the prof can we dey try answer na betimi declare baby say a free and fair no na we dey tire from the preparations embra ye sha se ye tintim about no ngoma even ye discuss dates ya dey beto aba na kra na we dey see free how ma be do embra ye tintim nkrata ye betro din ni nyina last week me no can say obi sa me madwen say me dey about to achieve say about to nhihye ni nyina kopem say beto awie ene a chire contestation dey na ye me favorite pa na say ye critical a time ye compile new voter rule ye court no hu dey see ye papa Ferijan kasa o say me dey me obinya akoni din omu nko ade ade wetumi ya na so be challenge obeto enu nti na edu ho no mu asa wo hwe electoral rules ni nyina so a ho na wo hwe electoral violence na friends and line na ho na record more conflicts enti eye baby ya true din no
eno na ya ntokwasi pa
na ho na wo si abo MP asum odododio esi ya ba synchro free hair ba na yakopaji macho men no school bia no say school for ni nyina register fees that is the period they recording more violence enti preparations to elections na more important to me than even the poll day because they are to aba na there ye dia ye ni nyina na ye ko hwese ye ko test that very day ye hu say edin na wo mu no na me catch obi you say sad time no na political party dey mu calculations in fact you throw din wie na parties ni register na otimi calculate percentage obenya on a stronghold if you see two about over the years na most law recorded 75-80 no could have 2 million registered voters on a stronghold he can easily calculate as compared to the other regions but enti omu interest wom pa e wo din throw no mu in this about to nhihye bi ho na ankoye sa freedom na Prof Jampo aka no ya ma obi akwan se obetumi abone nto kama ya ma obi akwan se obetumi educate ne nkrofo ya ma obi akwan se obetumi ebodwa ya ma obi akwan se obetumi akwa trotrodin yesi sa akwan we ya then mean say abato na ankasa no yesi ne kwan ye nti pre-election activities no nyema no be brave ho but my favorite accessibility and movement
okay which means edintroy ya say ye true ye betimi akasa ye betimi anya conflict bebe nti yenye ahweye kra san ye
sa start
me hu say conflict na start
echinya she conflict start we no baba ye ne niema nti ye ntimi an resolve ya ka conflict resolution na edru ba bi na se ye ntimi an calm nerves and the trigger more violence nti kasa e be pene ye mpene na obi ya invite obi o CID headquarters so no say e kwa no yeah nti you starting kakaka say ja e show ball so ye no phone nti say structure so that me deal with it then it becomes inflamed
but opinion no na o you member of the security desk go CDD there was some to me my solution say then na what say ye because say the okay there na din yantro ana yantro because the okay asha say mponi
o din yantro the electoral commission pen e betumi determine na say the satam ye twem wo ho Sata be true and I am true. If you say CI be mature next week, yes, in first week of June. If you say electoral commission in the calendar almost out, I will share APAC meeting. You know, we share any more detail. Akwemuna. Why ain't you say data? Friends saying the duration of being in our canning in area. Into young true and I am true. You chemo. They say because a better than you ever try. Sani ma ya boss yi Emma. Eno ni adwuna am say adwuna mu sisi.
Oh, ya baba eno so but obani ya se me kwa de mu na mu ye adwuma wo rural areas. Na de ni kan say asama na prof Jampo kan no. Ukọ the election petition the judges so kan ya elections in the polling stations. Na said the opening mesa bumper ekano. Yeah, well, polling stations do about 80 million people now on be registered this year. Estimated the electoral commission say anye ye kwa nipa be opepe do watche. And on target so on betro mudin. Sa baby a ho so na mo ye adwuma no. Rural area district level. Nti ho at that level no dey na ma ye hu say we free fair transparent elections.
Yo, me nuanu nyina ya adwene. Onwe political science for. Me nsu political science da. Nti me use contrast political science na ayi wonsemiano na de ba kompesem de ka ho no say security one of the factors. I think the researchers should look at that. The entire American say unya security omunya effective no munya efficient na so munya security or be manipulated or you seem to be manipulated it immediate conflict ba and I said the security no may be omo sorry me can putoka samdo you know abambo for no ebetimi aye bibia ebema obi nso atu ho ana ma obi emen de oyono aba ntia no ye ade baako na fairness no ma me stretch the meaning no a little bit na me can say enye fair se wo daada obi enye fair se wo daada obi e ma ne to aba no ko ba bia eni se na nko otokwa enye fair just say what the nipa no hwamo
but enye illegal
mo enye say enter me can say me stretch the definition so enye legal one fairness no moral issue ni sabi enada wo dada nipa no say wa wonim say kodwo ni mo mintimi mfa ensuo mra nyima dwuma say mdi nsuo bebro na ba kan me mo nsuo na mse kodwo ni mo hia nsuo nti kodwo ni mo agina so ne ne fipam akoto abamo so wa dada no nti you know process na say information a wo dey ma no fake news say ma koso ni nyina no eno emwo nti se bibi wo ho e betimi dey si saa no kwan a eno so betimi promote fairness impo fake news for example se conflict impo beba obi asmo de beto Facebook so obi asmo be kan radio so e betimi create tension nti it may not be legal na say they wo can but somehow no e betimi akotwetwe legal asem no aba na yinkura na say de ya na uta ehunu ne say
yeah prof no mka ene era bampa mka about free and fair elections ukọ eho level na omuhu ne say eno so eye free and fair election na
mintimi nka say yakọ omo adwene mu na sebe omo so nim ne efe omo nim ne eye omo so nim say police ni we me kai say me krom contract mre bi police ni bi eba ho no ye inspector police ni no ba ho na say Rollins ana o mampeni dada Rollins eba ho na bibi santi na NDC for office no na wo flag bi bo mi hu ya say chief inspector no o mo point program on na akoyi flag na o dey ko police station ho enti say me wo ekra na se anase kromo na mi hu say police ni act in this way na e dey na say o ye fair to yani a ebi a na ye ni sa party ni mu anase omo bibi sa nti enema sa sabi uduru enkura na se bi ye obi se kan gangali apa obetima ya de bi etia obi efa ahodizo emprepidi ana koso ho no emma bontene ya bu obi
ya ni research via identify say at the district level no say you can free and fair election na say you can do amemo democracy omo e wo local level no this is omo
eno de
me forward adwuma bi a omo ye research bi omo ya ba manifestos say there na ordinary people Ghana for no omo to aba no ana prof Jampo kan so bi a we 18 years and above bia emra hye ne say e wo so onya sa right no kwan na ochro oto naba
ye nhwehwemu a ya ni wo dia omanfo no epe
na me
no ye different from
na elections account no
the omo free amanyokofo no ho
okay
say amanyokofo be yafa pepe yo eni oman mu ni ohia buburo ai wo man na ya anya say ene ede be no go yim say nuanum CD dinum no omo no ede no ho na ade no ye ya wo hwese de obi ye no wo ye bi che say esa na ko say mo sunsuam ho nti ede ne ye ne mo pese amanyokofo ne ye tu ohia buburo ene pepe yo a enyo na say em say amepem no ye be kan eno no ase na de me kan ye ne protocol some experience ye dey enu dey observe ene yi a ekoso ewo enkura na se obi betimi ehunahuna obi abra emma abontene
okay
ha ko honum media nani eni ho ebi kura nim se bi obefre media house bi aka che ne se asemasimu abebrome obentemu abebrome
but first of all me any media house can also reporting so for yes at the pressure by media for no so also call
police security assembly bi na wo police ni mu wadane ho MPP ni what I say police no commander wo ho no e bia wadane ho MPP ni a eye obvious say impo no mu hia problem ba ko abanis yen kan say Ghana security no asay chere say MPP
say na asay anadadada
asay say the agency mu chere say omo so mbabo ye ho ba no madane mo ho MPP ni ndisi for
okay
enti omo actions nyina na is informed by what MPP ni ndisi for beka enye de ebeboa oman yi enti no already no security no no ye omo mo hye NDC ni MPP atade
ehye inside
ehye enti be hunu no say aban bi ba ye putu a certain police and say a certain officials ahead of the police aban for babon say na ye certain enka eku anka ye independent say security anko ye nyina no mbom ho ban e de na ye makwan ma amanyofo yi ewura mu amanyofo ya wonde bibia asoro dem kra o mawura yi ye makwan ma omura mu sa no ma ne nyina bi ene de ohawo ne sai baba because me wo se me wo NDC mu na me hu se de security for no ye no e mo nye fa e de na ombe sa betu me bi no ye se enso tapo nje na we dey woje wo
I said something about because the weekend they just say no so tia democracy na you say and a free fair elections no e be ko tia na say amanyo bambod man for no e yom ho NDC na MPP but politicians na e yom sa and omo aso na omo pom bibi nti omo hye da hu say NDC na aba no align ne ho o say MPP na aba no de ho akokosha
em say enimi no na yem go back to papa ya original court police penny bi original court the presentation bi a wo ye nanum ho oman mu aso ka no kra na man from pewasem papa na small kan no emra no a e di police si wo no eno na lay the foundation for the political parties to manipulate or seek to control them in this nke ye obi a ye person ka ye hwese ye wo security a obi antimi control man ka papa na small kan no ye mfa na nka emra no a si police for na chi no ya sisa said be ya enka se be IGP nye o appoint IGP onim se emfienum emfiedu onko fie enti wo ye politician abe control na obeka se to se be to help with you
okay
and am say politicians nim say control your person you question control the bia to our advantage enti na mra no anaso panasem am kan no nobody is paying attention to that
okay I don't know if obi pay attention
na so obi pay attention sankem open Kofi Boachen so can send be o Cape Coast says Sankrofon, a see tea or man asem. Near the reform police. As they say, the police now are football pitch for political parties in mobile.
Okay, well, security, security key issue for abattoir free and fair election. But for example, Yamra back in church, you say now what say there are conditions I would cabo boss on a year before. Now, said na a mensa about Pachemuno. The here pie and or according to him. The abakoso ansane ato abano more than dana aye to abano. What do you think?
Say any senior kind no say preparations no ekoyi na afeye na yete ye ho ase na say afe so no senior can he made a point about access maybe we are no go areas call your registration maybe or ha nipa bi or ha e be si omkwan obi ba say had ye ma wo ma ye be ma ye nkofo those niema no say Baba.
Why am I yes, sir?
Oh, yes, political parties, and yes, sir. Winim. It is always the preparation that gives an indication whether Adiana ebeye ye and I say any ye. And it was this thing started way back in 2012. Oh, 2012 year toy abana. Now it could do election petition, it was as a result of events precedent to the election. And they said in 2012, that was the first time we introduced biometric voter registration register. That was the first time in the Ghana's electoral political history. That was the first time in 2012, and we introduced it in an election year. As if that wasn't enough. In that same election year, you create additional constituencies.
Into one election
within that an election year. Into Emma basa ye maintain me one say tension about minum and nuna Emma edi share 2013 election petition for 8 months. Electoral reforms proposal no. Ade bakwa em say ye can na make say nima bi wo ha menti asese e Ghana. One of the key proposals for electoral reforms was that Electoral Commission must publish its calendar of activities after every election, way ahead of time. Well, propose way ahead of time. Na election year na nkasano. The Electoral Commission must ensure say there is no major election activity apart from the election itself. It's
about 12.
Yeah. It's an electoral reform proposal. I'm your copy. Electoral Commission for a copy. I see you doing a copy. McMahon no coverage upon more copy. CPP Kwabena Bonfe or copy. CDD Franklin Odro or copy. Until America say, I'm sure say there are other overriding reasons why I voters register in an election year. Otherwise, then one of the reasons why we were ushered into an 8-month regime of election petition tension was the kinds of things we did
in the
election year. You see, after the elections, the coordinator of the Ghana Political Parties program, they are a sponsor, for a sponsor. The sponsors our program. Near the political parties for Kogu Akosombo Volta Hotel. First week na share no omko coin. We see omko coin we see na year when nti yanfie da am some de moamoa blame yourself na say for. But the next retreat no one netina no mo say yan kan kire ye ho omo ankasa political parties no mo say niema oman no mo yes ano. The fact that we introduced a lot of election or serious election activities in the election year in addition to the election itself. Into ye per se ye about to attention then don't introduce major election activity. It's part of the proposals for electoral reform. But I don't know the overriding reasons why
experience and can a papa moi Kafi 2020 eni say afi we na be voters register.
Enya election year.
That's election year.
Election year this year. Nti say omo publish omo calendar of activities in term so that ye be hu ye de niam be hyehyehye and afi ye be say afi we ya de ya chiro ya document e wo ho ye de report ye read report no after ya so chiro or chiro quote and unquote on one white paper to accept some of the about 98% of the recommendations. It is account.
And no ojitu. Paper under the electoral commission.
Me say wo ho me copy. And America say it is possible. I mean, to be fair, it is possible say there are a present overriding considerations
or why eduma wo omanyosem ne voters register yi ho ne electoral process why eduma wo match. Do you see say there are overriding issues? For instance, the argument has been made say a first say voters register no enipa bloated and shada nya papa wo de koto aba untumi nya credible abato a ye nyina ye ka ho asem say dey na ma ye nya free fair election.
Nyo danija no ho no onna onim say na e hye no fa.
Ba wo side ja no da ho. Because why eduma fie bebre wo ayi.
Ba me che say no electoral commission for and a control a kita voters register no nti omo no munim say e bloated and I say e credible and I say enye credible and okay ya na me din kan kan say conditions precedent to elections that makes elections free, fair, peaceful and transparent is that there should be a credible voters register. Okay, nti no say enye credible they have every right to say so, but my position is that ye nyina yaje atomu say enye election year and ye voters register. Okay. It is something that is political parties you submitted that proposal no either 2014 and I say 2015. me na me di a press conference before I submitted that proposal. At that press conference, me and I'm reading this proposal, all the proposals. I was flanked by Asiedu Nketia and Mr. Peter McMeno. Ye and na ye driving in a convoy, large Ramadan driving a convoy to the Electoral Commission. They submitted that proposal. You submit up Kaya after 2012 elections. Electoral Commission ankasa a invitation to all stakeholders say obi were proposal to help the reform of our electoral process now on Fambra because the Supreme Court election petition exposed monumental flaws with our electoral processes that could not be glossed over by any well-meaning person. And you know, the proposals for electoral reform Electoral Commission. Na aye Ghana political parties program na me coordinator na yenso proposals no ene ye capture wo akosombo ni yenso ye de kan we den afterwards electoral commission form a body called Electoral Reforms Committee. Okay. Well, na me no omuma me represent me call her on the ticket of the IE. Okay, and a political parties who representation. Into no the committee no share all the proposals for electoral reforms are stakeholders at the aba. Ebi oha omo accept it, ebi oha ya accept it. One of the things I accept here if I Ghana political parties program. I say don't and say everyone here say you be major election activity in an election year. Apart from the election itself, it's part of the proposal. Well, but
apart from that includes voters register.
Make sure say nia edi hinti ba ya nyame adom oman mu ambo ye de court ni ntokwensi no was the event it taking place before that 2012 election. Inti political parties nan kosa ko sia no. And omo ase sa de ye mpebium ye be ye elections there shouldn't be any major election activity. You understand? Inti political parties nan e kan.
Enti na mbusa say adwene electoral commission dey ba say voters register no aye bloated nipa wo mu bro there and samanfo ne abaifo nyina wo mu. Enti e wo say ye voters register foforo no e sound reasonable ma to aso ma.
There be say me say omo ti ade no na so omo ahwe nhwehwem na omo say ye bloated na enye credible omo all right so omo can me the mini hobby you and I were not there mini hobby na emom nyame me concern ne say won say ye eno ewo election year nke ebia nke na last year
okay
ana bibia nka bia but ye na election year to the be my tension no call high too much onyame adom keke na we so stay ni na de be attention call high na akofom attention call high na akofom one of the reasons why attention no call high na akofom ne say bra na meye ade coordinator for Ghana political parties program near me hu ye ne say political parties no mo kogina platforms na omo didi omo ho atemu ye be hia Ghana political parties program omo ankasa obi wo ha asema wo kan de wan kan na omo ankasa ebia omo ankasa pom wo che na omo de omo hia on that platform na omo so omo ye enuanom me kai etiwa there was a by election etiwa na say fa na there was a by election bia na ye ntokwa
etiwa
Kwabene J na Ubechebi Lamte Jake omuso omo nsem all the chairman and omo kase yenye nuanom we meet at the IEA Ghana political parties program we are one intino monko what you say but unfortunately say Ghana political parties program platform negu enti there's no institutionalized dialogue platform.
Yes, political party platform no.
Oh, IEA for the next
na say
IPAC is not institutionalized. IPAC no electoral commission pair and no free. What you say? And no mudu also it's so adversarial and confrontational, intransigence.
It said the course and say last week.
But I'm not Ghana political parties program William. Ghana political parties program no the political parties code of conduct buy. No fair. Ghana political parties program no say even though the constitution of Ghana has served us well no it nevertheless contains provisions that hinders the maturation of our democratization processes. Constitution no aye adwuma yi nanso ewo niema bi wo ho a esan esi ye democracy and I said to democracy are not quite until there should be review of the constitution. That proposal was made by the Ghana Political Parties Program and now obeying for Atamels esumu Ghana Political Parties Program omo ye presidential transition bill to say aye mra what you say omo ye niam bebre nti no so omo hia enye MPP 7 enye NDC 7 what you say aye discussing issues in an apolitical manner. Unfortunately, our platform no egu. Into there is no dialoguing platform one. Ebi anka MPP phone NDC phone ebe share or make us Charlie asema nra okaka one can ye Ghana intino yenhwe. There isn't any ama to say preparation towards elections no. Ama tension bebre abem na fe tension abem nso no ye ni kwan bi a ye be fa so
ye
be shia ye be ka ema ye nyina ye ho yakoma atoye ye na so ba bi a me pese me de ka ho is about an independent electoral. I want to say something that is I'm so passionate about.
Independent electoral commission.
What do I say? You know, the framers of the constitution omo nimni enti a omo ka say back to commissar say oye independent obi enu kwan so bekwa kwakire na say yes they have independence, but ade ba kwa say ase say you see independence and emphasis on one's mandate must be done with some trepidation or with some caution, particularly in the face of polarization and division. Say we are independent na say adie wo ye nema bi na se nipa no mu achicha as I say wo share the exercise of your independence ni why 2006 na ye mbre bi President Kufuor signing and temporary if no representation of people's amendment law 2006 ya de bae no na kodwa farajan say ma ye law no na mo media me mfa anya adwuma me bisa no say
na wan fa anya adwuma
me bisa no say met media ye adwuma I just a political parties no omo aye united so man fan manya na sa na se political party bi wo power no se mepe obi opposition se mempe edi eja ebetom nti wantumi amfa anya adwuma Charlotte bae no ono so ntumi amfa anya adwuma se say nia ekoso ne COVID-19 ekoso yi there is no guarantee say you betumi edi aye adwuma what you say there is no guarantee na che say independence panders to exigencies of the time. Never be what I say. It's see never be as I say wo hwe ni say I can accept my independence there, but you say never be a opportunity. And to make na may do to electoral commission for say they have the independence to do whatever they want to do, but the emphasis on independence must not usher institutions into a regime of robots.
And person okay no in akan mame.
The mention say we are independent sir. And no say adibi wo hokra ese se wo de wo ho a eno nche se adibi wo ho
chinchini a
o se mede me ho nso wo ye de ye hu enso COVID-19 abekire ye nyansa e wo kwan bi so enu ntina anka register nke aye de da ye be ya anka ye de ba COVID-19 undermine or ama afi the exercise of independence afi won see ye na ye kakra me kan na me to electoral commission for say omunya ne ombe ye be mom omunhwe say omo betumi build the consensus if you am me kwan kakra bi na me nka asem say over the years no me pacho over the years no say me no bi am person ka over the years no usu nim say me kasa na odem net na over the years no since 1992 the electoral commission no Omaye akwadro in trying to build consensus. They have been lazy.
Rather, electoral commission from
from 1992.
From 92.
Yeah, they've been very lazy.
Aduma bebebo omone CDD for
Kodeyo building omo ko na omone political parties no ko kan asem na se epempe no omo we have the mandate. We have the mandate. What you say? It's not about having the mandate. You have it. But you see, the art of consensus building, no, enye bayra abrewadru, din, ebinum koko suya fun ade, onu wa political science bisa no. Ye wo course e friend conflict resolution and a consensus building. Enu nti na Osengame, oti ne baby a oji hu sikedi, we jai ne bibia na oye labor conflict resolution. Enti no ye fa wo se wo di ye du si penini bia no a. So who say especially if you are dealing with combatants. So the rudiments of resolving conflict. Yemko bako na unkopim na nkasa opimu you say me mandate enti no ne ombeye no ne meya na meye. You don't resolve conflict. And me counsel say in respecting the independence of electoral commission, with the last one, in respecting the independence of electoral commission, number one, amanyo kuofuo a omo opposition no omo nyai say to trasem na omo din say de bia ye the electoral commission for beko ade bia electoral commission for be ye bia no ye no
conflict if you say electoral commission fa ahudie na omo wo no omo independence no mo fanya kakabensem
na make sa na me san ka say mo fanya kakabensem a what you say mo nya fanya mo fa anya kakabensem amanyo kuofuo omo opposition no so nyai say ade biara electoral commission be bia no ye ni ombeko ye mpene so mo yes you are undermining the independence of the organization. Echina basic decision bi wo ho a ese say commission no take here osuro say NDC for be continue mean to me ye wan hwe na wo ka say ye mfa electoral commission no come NDC for na electoral NDC for enran it can be the other bit is that MPP for na say won a ewo power no so enjai say ade biara electoral commission be ye no no mo ko defend. Who told you electoral commission for no omo independence and they have what it takes to hire the services of consultants and people who can be their mouthpieces. Government in power, ruling party no enyefe say de bia no mo na electoral commission ka asem eto de bia say no electoral commission pon kan ye ade bia electoral commission ade betu jo obehwe na ruling party officials na mo de akoto mo yesa mo ma opposition for no for say jama e bia nia electoral commission for ya jama mo na mo ye enti eno de eyesa opposition no so ebe oppose with their lives na me feel say ni nyina no e undermine the independence of the electoral commission omunya electoral commission na onye na ade.
Okay, me that's a pop. Where they we teacher.
Also nim na de buy.
Also nim na de buy. Professor Jampo no ti. But obetimi a join any discussion no, obetimi akọ UTV Ghana, e wo Facebook ana Despa Media so e wo YouTube now the wadwe channel aka ho na ni nyina ba. Munti na ye adwuma we die na ma abato bia ye free and fair transparent. And I can and once I'm said about battle ya day no enkoye manso you are mental bumper the uni amema Professor Jampo okay and I'm also election no
yeah you must have a question
Mama musa ask question
you so be but you certificate
and I'm even call you must say on say issues or you raising you threatening abattoir no and na abattoir no akukudura e wo and they said abattoir na nkasa kwa bekoso no ehun kra bo ye nyina nti say ye better na go beyond these challenges that's all the problem especially security issue na who raising it say security issues we nyina a problem nti how do we deal with it ye better na the
security issue ni na triggers a profile raise you know say fundamental issue ni say we in history of elections major decisions bia electoral commission argument o matimi a change no a decision a party no especially MPP NDC support to ye sir o mu ko ben krom most of the time the we say no my electoral commission you confused then he sticks to a position on office be okay example a friend is saying 2015
let my vote count
let me pay register new register me pay register senka NDC ni MPP ko ben krom say ye new register e bia nka be my electoral commission aye bibi kakra 2019 ye limited voter registration electoral commission so be on district offices NDC ni MPP say no we are in district offices about disenfranchised majority of the people more in crazy pa no enam so me no ko adwen krom no even though electoral commission enjoy the setting up of the center on district offices no but create additional registration centers that cater for the concerns that do parties in the region no and coming back to the platform of Profocano say there was a platform now political parties need build a consensus and some are presenting before IPAC meeting now if you say enka better but say you know and not only the platforms now I say Kamia say major dignified institutions ni personalities come bit may intervene no omu nyina so ay tainted parties not tainted omu enu nyina enura na me kan release bia a friend is saying NDC dia ba say afi de National Peace Council mediation no mo ye no be sign roadmap no ne a code of conduct
afi de sign
yes we buy no no be sign the breme na sane on be sign no wo hwe letter mu chiro koye na ebufu edi kan ansa na at the last minute mo ka say enso ye be sign what you say inti sa even platforms so people mo criticizing National Peace Council be to the extent say they are saying say National Peace Council has not been assertive. That's the summary of their preamble to the last page of paragraph from Council on be sign no ubo panyu bi dia obetumi intervene we bibi nti amasa institutions na be intervening mechanisms institutions ni na etente
nti say yankofa Donald Trump na say yankofa international
organization the last week me kan say me new ne ye ne etia sesi and yes asset say the profile board or criticize both sides no so obi a we independent person no on sumansem we bia nsem ato honom na ye nua no ma say we impreduous say party executive kan asem a of fan gospel truth no act no we hu difference e wom nti that's it adwuma ne ye wo
because if ye no kra wo ka say ye assertive no ye no kra no say sa mediators no kwa ye tainted na ya ka na ye polarized
ye can mediation I will cry your mediator
na ye me ka say ma fan ahongo
sa
metie no me before ye be pon no half of the messages abeba ka say if you are MPP half of the messages abeba if you are
NDC ye me to part committee bi so wo mutena ase no ye mbisa say me competency ye se me ye hwa me free hen odi din the same o free hen me colleague back na oka ho ye friend ye born din apa ne din link bibi pa na obi atwa ne ahwedan but after the program ye no obi abaji tumu afa no nyina wo so ma complimentary ka ma call wa ma ohu se de wo ye no enye party na Ghana ne mofra o ba nti na wo ye ti enya sa independent ade no na ya set ye ho na obi obeye bone ye kan na me nim se be invite me papa obribo ahen o CID ho but me no kasa already so I me kasa say invite no
yes
yeah me no kasa me say asem o kan say CID for friend no matter the political party it belongs to ama anchare me say your friend no inse esa o gina baby na so obi ye bibi na o ka bibi say nya esa o make sure say as an independent person no with background no betumi akresa say ya nhweye na ya nhwe sa de say institutions na ema ye gina na esa wo political party chairman forum and also ni hobio na parliamentary caucus
na the Ghana Political Parties program
and
that political parties program ye was chairman's caucus and general secretary's platform and you know chairman no be share once every month general secretary so share once every month yeah
look at that say ni nyina ni hobio be build consensus and
stand any hobio na ye funding
there be say obi na offended obi na offended na edu bebi no say donors no started say omo ye den omo twe omo ho
yeah
middle income my hand, you know, almost started say almost chum and ma I'm a program no enya funding but when we assembly or what can person me be account and on the same you see again as part of conditions precedent to elections that will ensure free and fair elections okay say e do meri bi no you see okwa Britain na ho ye won kofu bi ho a ye from eminent statesmen yet omo upper house no obi a wabɔ ne bra ewie
wanya suehu
na on pese obe subject no ho to the strains of elections no ne afa no wa sua wanya suehu bibi ne afa no ne so call upper house one ide call advice and nasefo nti sankofo no omo nye party A omo nye party B wabɔ ne bra ewie wo man minister ompe wo kase ombe president kura ompe wo kase wo che ne dan ompe because owo ni nyina bi won sankrofo no obroni say they will moderating influences on our in our democratic practice into no omo na say edu bebi a na say ade bi koche wo kase
na nya sa na ye
me can be see asem so I don't know about that but me can be see asem so wo kai say nche bia a check akra but nche bia also fu penin bi gina platform bi bisa say enyansafo mo he
yes Professor Mate
what you say
yes
Ghana wo wuranom Ghana has honest and mpenimfo nso e wo man mu just Sunday I had the concern I had the cause to send some WhatsApp messages to nkofo bi amenim say omo ye mpenimfo man mu say ne ma akọ I expect say omo nso form anu nye den entum wonim ebinom I respond fine obi so ka kire me say me de mabom me bre wie one of my foot is in the grave The other one is on a banana peel. Echina kwedu ho no epa mepe na me kɔ me menem ti echina mewu nti no me ne ekoso no mobeya monye. Obi I'm telling you openi bi ka kire me. Openi mi so ka kire me say me na me nkoka na ye me wo yere me wo mma me busuafo na ankofo ase o ma no say wo kan ye be ye wi nti me nka nti amana koye say ye boye bra wo man mu say mpenimfo eni oman mu na me ka kire mpenimfo say mu oman mu pa de a ebi a wo de kina wewu ko na emom wo yere wo mma wo nananom enso be den ebetena nti bibi wo ho na se wan to me anka ebi nkofo wo oman mu a omanyi nse president Akufo-Addo nkofo wo oman mu omanyi nse John Mahama nkofo wo oman mu a they are supposed to be over and above partisan politics enso so no omanyina se osuro se ehu se atenie e ka atenie dia ene me de say yedi matam sa I mean it is any news in fact say obi me kan semina obi anye me I feel say me nya impact mpoye I'm telling you because I expect people to insult because I will say it as it is and who can as it is e be twa ntina have for ankom lambe ye me aware da ntino say nyina ya nya sa echina edu bebi enura ankofo bi radio stations bi frame me some person me kasa na me hu say me ankasa kra say me bre well, for say what can cry
independent minds na you Abraham Parker no nipa ayedin
mpenimfo na independent minds e wo man mo
but
omayedin na me ka kire mo say oman hwe na so oman bo a bia oman bebo no omu wi nti omu behu ebe ka omani so omawu koso a omumba ene omonananom na bebre
you Abraham Parker ma unwie point no remember back to opening area because who now can raise the issue about security institutions na amanyosem asay wom NDC MPP the same issue na aba bedru so no about even stretching it to other political institutions including say Professor Jampo ni Yero Abraham Parker say empanifo kukudam ayedin obi eso to opani
if you say apart from your normal structure of security no you intervening make your friend shock absorbers as they could do baby na to their din kra. My example now say NDC starting a campaign against completion of register na he wan omuko tun for na so omo se ko chief imam na so omuko Christian council e che so omunim say there's a reservoir of some brain bi o baby a omuko suchi omo betumi intervene sack groups of people in na 80 omuba say national peace councillor Act 81 Act among the mandate say or no to peace institution no ke say obi amana no so bia against prof Asante na against institution no say ya hweye ne ma sa de ma we gi ensem a wo fa Afrobarometer data among institutions here rank most trusted na Ghana Police Service last but one 39%.
Police Service last but one
39 into say nya sa ne ma we nyina wo Ghana ha na apart from the trust level e call for police service ya nka umba time no na ye ni intervene make am bibi so baby na say anhwe ya ne ma baje nsem nti the American say peace and security need on elections and they're very much important and they're prerequisites. In fact, say a share about to about baby and to quanto kwesi bebre most of the report can say in checklist no call na police for action be no muteki fi enim say many umi no aye nia ho ne ni tu nia boba no so obi be pam be afriki no mu a ono na be su a kire no. In the report, nobody bring said no, there was no policeman. There was a policeman, but the policeman did not act. Who said no? Who said the can say security was not good at the electoral process, and the empese bebasa from now to the elections.
Especially here, Coach
Papa.
Say police.
No, if you electoral process is no quite there. See, any police or baby are quite dinchoro there. Yen double no. And I'm sure say
let's. And also the issue, but said the enough of the example COVID aba.
Yeah.
Say in so she cry COVID na kati nyina to say.
If you about so there, dinchro there. They say dinchro there. Yemfa police no ko double.
Yes, inti security.
Na ebenya police form akọ double because dinchro say show baby ya.
Exactly.
Say very clustered.
How many police?
Very clustered.
Clustered.
Yebe group ni etu afri akọ nti enye mass said you be polling station be at the same time no in terms of number per time no be reduce kakra
okay
prof say what share about to enwemu a edin show na ya asempa na say no me pese me heighten tension but abey so much tension because say some external year problems are approaching and extremist activities here or
okay.
Yeah, borders see porous. You're saying your foundation, Homeland Foundation, or voter in pre secession attempts.
Yes.
Into the grounds for security, no and Casano in papa. And yes, I call with heightened tension. Don't forget, say. Anyway, let them don't go there.
Very important.
National TV.
Yeah, national TV. But apart from say political parties, especially the leading political party, I raise tension. No, yes, our underground and undertone security environment. Any papa my. Inti yenhwe ni emfa ne mangu akwem.
Inti na me busa earlier question say inti in view of the wakan yin especially because also you member of the security desk no say yenye di ntro na ma yenye because of any okay we say yen double police for yen double security PP is being a police for no dey back up because even COVID ni a security threat
sure
already easy for no mo ko trade in no kra no you can bring answer no mo ba be my assurance so omo PPs omo say no we are not sure how safe they will be. And I hear kono so you be safe saying any idea.
Me can to say from what WHO are Canada hospital for experts medical experts kind of COVID in the near better for some time until see benya if you vaccine be able to media vaccinate here until adwuma ye no yemfa COVID plan and enka ho. Last week we know can say when anti-Soviet can no or can so reduce the number of people enter the registration center no all the friend is saying registration PP ni na available we say group you outside and send a time registration center no e dey protection e dey ma won you say registration bia no e dey a domba in fact akohu basesa e twen krofo ya ko ba bi ko register akohu kese e dey domba enti registration process there yem planning bia yem planning ye
ma me mfa kakra ka
I don't know if
ma mfa kakra me say ma mfa kakra me say
ko na start to ready this
me say eni ma ne bi wo a wo hwe ehu batato bi nso a na esa esere hwe nia omampeni ekae say there should be a partial lockdown obi antene fie na sefo amfa anya edwuma enti omampeni president kasa ne amfa anya edwuma wo say yi sika se ya cluster anase ya tinipa no so a amanfo ebe kokora se ye kohwe se ne ama abato no na over the years
partial lockdown by UTV cameras go chrome yetumi chi nkofo ni bi una ma ya dos me be hwe se ampa se nkofo ofia
over the years no enhihye ya ye ka se ye de begu akwan mu ina electoral commission over the years e ka se ebia security be strong obeko bebi do na security eni ho obeko obi na ebia obi fia bi na wo ho nkita ba onkita hwe na nti no nyama na omaka no a omode my hope no eye de but me sre ese yem hyemu kena na yen make sure se ne yaka no ye beye aya mpa ye beye ne aye ne ye hyase day one na ye hu se ade ne enye dwuma ese ye twa so day one ye hu se nia ekono enye dwuma pe ese ye twa so the other bit one can person me kan say hwe voters register se ye beye o ye nyo ye twemu fi ho na mom se ne awodi nkankan statistically no we are expected to see a register I think between 16 17 18 million Ghanaians so but upeu COVID-19 introduced a certain fear amongst us. What do I say? And see a case COVID-19 any hobium and nyame ya adom ya say COVID-19 etwemu kra yentu our relationship and social interactions no enye the same.
That's true.
Enye the same. Enti no se so de yenyanka say COVID-19 ko se ne a openi Abraham Pakaya no ebia it is going to now be staying with us. And afi numbers no so sura na eden eko enti no enkofo a under normal circumstances enkombeko akoka say me kotro midin no there are people like that who would not go out there to go and register ebia political parties will succeed in basing their people around but nye nyina na ye belong to political parties enti na fia bisa won say ankasa given the current state of affairs ye bie na nipa ko bodom pem na say na kotro odin a obekọ anase wonko me bisa me question no me ankasa no mentumi enye no on my part. There are people who under normal circumstances ko be kwa courage so because this is not a life threatening matter. Okay. It's not very hwe ade a man kofo edify president's ban on lockdown omuko dwom ekọ akwan so na sefo no eyokom okom ye ya bread and butter issues onipa no se wankọ dwom a ontumi ndidi wenko gina kwan ho anton ade a onye aduane ndi enum ti na man edify presidential by no na mom se yeka se yekotworo ade de a yekotworo yedin a obehwe is it bread and butter issue se nye bread and butter issue a obadwe ho mitirimu ntene me papa me kwae no yese mate se nipa abodompen wonte ne let me stay away the next time I be voters register no meko na manchro me din afimpo a emfa hwe mba in that case no esa na say the number of people expected to be captured on the voters register no ye nyomo na se ye nyomo nsuso dia then one we undermine democratic consolidation. One of the basic fundamental mechanisms for testing or measuring democratic consolidation is the extent of citizen participation in some of these processes, like voters registration, voter registration, and not even voting. Into say a form not just say we are undermining democratic consolidation. Na fe ye nya nipa no do no e mama nko register no so there, then that register would not have the kind of legitimacy that is required to be able to deliver credible elections. Let's just say a year starting no cry dead on arrival. But of any being me mom na una introduce security and polarization of institutions. Including police. I said the area brown pack I said afro barometer no public trust that last but one. Very serious. See now they can nenya bosemuka. It was based on research pa. Inti ebede nya because ye here institutions in na free and fair elections. Inti ebede etumi edin wuduma.
Me ba hanom na ma menka asem bi se okonfo ni se kro bebo a ono so
timu bi na na
popenya openina otrafiema enkorawe na nka no se ewe na nka wefo a omoka ho eme bi atwam na mpanifo bi kasa ede na asesa ene de omun kasa
now you show so much ase
me busa question
because obi kwa no o yare wenya stroke
na ede na esinti a ene de omun kasa ade Ghana ha yeni sebe akuku damfo a ombetimi awese bibia gu omo a omoka bi esi omoka bi yeye no asum na sebe se anamo bi na omutu a omo antwom samo machi ne yeye ni nyina na koye se nipa bi a okura petrol na ba akukura yi eja ya hwe ya ebeka ani ekasi ani a ye nyina ene ebehye sa nipa no mienu nyina ba akose wo ya metu petrol egu so ba akose wo ya medija bebo omo nyina obi ato a omo mienu nyina na bede
ebehye okay
enti yan hu ye na ye hu de se niema a ye no se wo ye bibi na obi hwese wo tia no fa ho de so na onye police ni onye soja ni ade no obeye
okay
obe defend no
o de manifestation is
police for yese Ghana ha na say basa yesi mikrom police for pen mumra another is short pon papa bimra na nakrom ebimra na police for yese o betimi solve that problem wo de influence say ma no susumra so emrante start ye de da police for yese no betimi solve nti enipa ni bi nsukura wo tumi a o mokasa o mokan emfa sumde ma ya bu ya be ma security abomo na anu mpo de metese yese mo be ma sojafo ayedai ye mfa san ma no emfa asumde emma ye hwe kasa mu ye empanimfo mu amanyofo mu kromu ano omu ye kasa mu ye so mu mini wela ye obi ansro mu se omeji tumi omu no mu se ombetichiri omaya ma ye ompetumi na se mu petumi ana mo be ye de bekunye mu petumi ana mo be ye de be ma ye tukofo mu petumi ana mo ye de be ma
atia ba ujiri to mo adwen no se omu nyina mu petumi
no se se omu adwen no ene se de omu ya ma ye nu bi ehunu ne se enye oman yi die bi no mo edo makoma so nemum tumi ombenya omo bede da omo ka mu omo benya largesse ni de ka enu nti
sana omo hu no
sana ye mu bi no hu no de omo suban na omo ye di no sama nyofo mu krum ene nyina no omo suban omo ye di no emaye nu bi hu se omo nyene oman no
dey na ma o kan say pese we cheche because between NDC and NPP and other political parties dey o ma kan say it say the Professor Jampo kan no da kwa 2012 yesan say e court omo nyina agi to mo say do election year omo nye major electoral activity
entinke di entin ne idie omo mienu no we take position we achirima we achirima kan say achirifo ekura kontima we so take position we so achirima
obi enkuta kontima
obi kontima na ye kan yese sebe obi ekura kontima eye kasa kwana meka che say utie radio we mo say mo ya no mo yede ya ntwema mo we mo say we ya ntwema mo e de ni oyo na de beba ha nti
basa Professor Jampo ma historical background Ghana ye ne sanso ewia ni enyina asan kan ho abomato ya
na ye kan ho aba we mu
oh penny again Professor Jampo ni example 2015 let my vote count then demonstration and confanko omo ko me ehwe kofo but omo de voters rights that they
ya kan say ne ehu se ana eye adwuma dodo no eye adwuma ye kan bom e di ntina se die enkan bom sem since 2000 at least 2019 e di ntina ehu se enkan bom sem ma na se aye mpo na eye na se funding mpo ni ho na se mo no amo se mo ye amanyofo no nim se sa de no e di ade papa breye no e di ntina motokone
okay
who da make ndi aye nkwa NGO for ye NGO for da bia na ebenye sika ade aye enema bi sa ndi se mo ehu hia mo no you even have to seek to institutionalize it so omo aban mu no mo pese ye mra bia hwe America omo de ye ndi se nka hu hia na se hu hia omo no hu fa so se ene na be ma o mai ka bi nka bio amamu na ye bo akona nimu a na ade no mo nye yemra practical no bi so yankwa enema yisi ede akwa ase akofa oyo na abe se yanhwe ye ne anka asem serious a sana bete sana be ye matene se NIA ese o ma register nipa opepedu no emu opepe nso ene ama o mu card memeti am register me nya kwan register look ukotra ho be say mitimi tran 1 hour aha enti me register bi ena enipa 7 million no ene ese ye wo estimated 2 million so a omo passport omo ohemu omo wo 7 million mu no anase 10 million no kura no mu no dodo no a ebesa wo passport enti se wo ka bo mu kura na yenya 10 million in other words NIA enwi omodwuma eso mo ye mop up eso mo hwese na prof kan e fundamental human right of obia so beto aba intina yenhunu se anime bi wo ha ya e de automatically the problem beba
okay
ube deny nkofo aba uja mi wa mama anto am register me a court wonso ya register wonso be court ya register obi wonso na akofa wenchi bebre na aba na enwi omadwuma intide na yese ye ewom se nipa bi edi 18 years omo no sa no na nka yehu se given the condition COVID-19 all the argument as some of us civil society you can say easy it doesn't make sense who the bibi bloated and there who can bro
yeah you bloated register
so who register ne who register ne na de chia e be bloated
how
enipa bewu
but we almost say heavily bloated
and what is the evidence
na easy for na kasa the evidence ko say
evidence no way ma'am evidence no way evidence no am de buy na ohun bi
easy
ohun away
na say me the easy can say at least there's a tendency to trust them
already no easy no position no and you say e chen say yen hia easy catch here say so mo to aba na wo de card dada beba na yi o system ni nyina
sana easy catch
yeah information ni na pie
okay
and e dey na mo de bibi kokota amos parliament amoko yi sad na film na eno ntuna we NDC for so omonya yi you can say omonya meet no mo so na chese omo so bo no ho no dendende because already no mo oposu into am enam adenti na sabe mo me enye enema se de be ya ye be nkabo mu e be ye na we lay foundation for sanema we ya eja na mo pese mo de
okay but apani bi
sabe yeni zika ye hia no wo wasundie mu no ye pe me sa
chese ntokwa besi
na Afia ntokwa de wo na pe ntokwa
ba onto opani bi pe Professor Jampo ka se bi say NDC ne MPP omo ya tete isi ne adwuma omo ye say NDC ayo madwen say chinchine a wo opposition enye NDC mpo per se but party bi o opposition bi a etan isi no ne isi ko no tete no ode o wa ba mu so wa sheda no o wadane isi kasama fa bra isi nsuma no
sankofo mi enu no de anka motumi bi a anka mu kura ni Ghana sa party for mi enu anka motumi bi anka mu ni Ghana omo na ede beko na omo de aba na ha na prof kan say am say atwe adwin ko gina so the leadership of the EC and eso demonstrate say ngofo we ye wanchi ede na wo be ya ebe ma ye nyina no ayede enya ano abako yes akoye say emprepi no mini abato achi asem nche na minyini bebre so na kakra na mehunu say emprepi no say wanya isia obewe say metie we na ma pese me kra na minnimu a obi papa bi to say osinga me say meye ni free na me mfa NDC fo ni MPP fo ni wanwani fo no minuanum kodie fo munyina ye nyina ne nkamom na ye nkama asomdiam adenti na obi obi ofa obi anso ni papa no track record adenti na ofa sebe ye ntie sebio no kwase asoma waka no kra na ya mfa ya hwe say senka ye domu ebe kamboma in the absence of the political party forum no Osinga me could have provided a temporary arrangement kebetima ma ye nya asomdie edie na ewo ayinum anti omumienu no chinchina menti me ho ase no eye na do ye person mo ti ase nse so menti me ho ase ne ba ye timamufo no ye na ye bre omo de ebi omo wo passport omo wo visas ne omo yes plane man so ha plane be bada ama omo nya kon akọ ye no na ebi ebe ko Togo na Afia ye ja ye adwuma sebe kakra akọta Togo akọye refugee esam Ghana for mpanifo
yo
na nanom mo kan bi otumfo ne ya nanom ha wonu aduru me bi se mo we se bibi kakra
omo kasa this the time ko omo kasa
omo ma bodri me kasa omo mfre wo mo
omo mfre EC and omo mfre
political parties EC anyone encourage me nua brampa kan say ye betima ye registration ya anya betima to aba
there be ya anya betima to aba but say the Brampa cannot see that issue is not up for discussion.
No, was me person me disagree. Small with him say ya anya registration na e betima to aba. Ye nto aba na nsia. Intima no sisumra so ene by election ba e de na e de beto aba. Ene am make say by election ba e de na e de be
constitution no so e say I think a period of time to a major election.
That's a
ba want to menye. But you can just last year ye the voters register say to aba.
Yes.
And nanka no so nanka ye de be referendum to determine whether political parties can
but it doesn't make it good.
It doesn't make it good.
I say about money nya. Now the two and now him say pressure on this level election. You the same say general election too.
But the pressure on the referendum na nka ye be abe no nka it would have been if
say general elections.
General elections because NDC for any MPP for you now say it's an acceptance, it's a test of their legitimacy and acceptance. Into
no prospect.
Yeah.
No more prospect. Inti onse no mumie no mani age. Yanto no yes for no maja to mani ase. Me onse ya no de bi omo hu ewura mo ebe send my inti the me person kakra me person
now person disagree with Mr. Brampa say without you voters we betimi ato aba am ye nya credible abato
oh credible ni de ejina so na Supreme Court kan abato no esi wo
police station
credible ni say obi o qualify properly foundation no obi o qualify wonya kwan ato na aba credible ni say ye kan a de enya wo de ama no bi ye nya de ama no credible ni say papa security na ogina no on favor A and on favor B. But in can say no money nti say hardware and na asa ya and dey betima to be any money mu ye. Nti nanka ya to ye boase. Ne ya build the consensus after elections no ya to ye boase. Ne ya build the consensus. Ne ya here once and for all. Say the be akwesa abroche na me ko school abroche me ko me wo ha na ye twa me letter say utimi to aba. Man ko register baby, man ko register bibi. Ade we so ye be mfie 2005 asem na making. Me tifie na ye twa me letter say efi ne koi utimi eto aba. Abra me kra me nyukrom honi o. Betimi to at local council betimi to.
Okay.
Aha betimi to local council. Adentina yentimi nye bibia se de be ya wudi 18 ano anantiko electoral commission office no akocho e dey na wo registration mu a enti da bia pese ye registration.
But technically say law no dey nkasa na ka law na ka no.
Wasema okay ma me nka bi nka ho say eto de bia wodwen ho a nsem the challenges are so tremendous, overwhelming, and ofo say just let it be.
Exactly.
Yatena oman mu aka ye ina ya agree say the problem there is a problem with our identification, the duplications and the several identification cards.
Because president mama kasa same way.
Cards no dos
no your voters register, passport,
NIA ya dwen say yemfa NIA mbra na omonya one card pe. You say one card utum de to aba. One card one hwe create me passport. Baby a wo ko bia no wo de sa card nbe ende NIA for ye omodwuma
NIA no kro mu nwie omodwuma.
The same ye pese koya another yeah na
if you got NIA for your omodwuma ka yempo say
the idea say you see
because eventually any other might be
capture so capture me say me kai say me kwaje nyame adome de me nya me card me kwaje me card no omo capture the details of my voter register ID card no
okay,
onto the NI and other IDs are me wo and as for no the NIA card is supposed to synchronize all identification and to ensure say who kita no kwa dia anka ne eno ano no all inclusive
identification NIA ni kura no anka nya
yeah na fe yes
I like only point na mo ka say ya tum say ya migrate your data ni nyina nko fa ako a na NIA phone nwie o maduma ya sa kwa voters register when eventually you nyina be ko NIA
omani fo atefo be kan asem bi sa atama civil society for a statement buy no no otakra there say no kan say simple ye ka say omunyi omo system no mo my data no a de be gina so ato aba o benya amaye e de na buy
okay
em say kroma no ya na asemi da ho a say twinanim da ho a yin ejai yes, you're born change. I said, you're not going born change. Your boss, if
you see a election day,
my cousin, old register to about any year, may say the argument and say the electoral commission Canada can say a tremor.
The American says argument in Jim Trem. Sabi, me park a crowd meeting. Minko fire rebi. Ena china mabekon yare minim se yare mitima akumpo na mintimi nko enti se wo ya ade ena Ghana ade ye ho ade pa se yaka de ne ntimi yaka sam ne ntimi nye
okay
enti eyisi abeka ena ye safety protocols ena de protocol oh bro fuck Ghana aha ena implementation
safety protocols, the mere existence or the mere announcement of safety protocols does not take away fear.
You cry
was if you want to be out to Kwankwa what you play mu na ya catch it say wo life jacket no e hye wakonya na se enti play no et if you wiem na behwe wa eya you like eya
amafe na obobo na mudini
that announcement no eya eyifie no emafie no ko nti ima the same way no
no kra me kai wo
ima the same way no what the safety protocols no we can say oh there are safety protocols are eya de but still no efie no ye den e wo ho nti no si ye beye de a yemfa safety protocols ni adwuma na mom yemfa kwan bi nsusu na yenyi fie no emfi nipa no mu because sani apapa ikin usuro wa she fie sa na akwenya kakra bi beba na wakwa ya say okotiti like you said nyema
ya kwa me po had to struggle prof kasi me mpie yo say o
I've not been out into no nya where you station kakra me beba so na obekọ na afi odu afi ufiefo afi na omtwetwe mo na ene na asefo enti no nka me ma o ti ase na mom senia ye namfofa etinti me mpese me kwa compromise bia
so say hampo na uso na imagine say e registration
center pressure yen adwuma send Ghana na aban lan so ni ase so obi antan fi
na aban kra fa lockdown
aban fa ne de ne mai na se send Ghana ye nipa no ehu hia ye so mu ni ho a adwuma no yede eni ho enti se mo obi antan fi wo hia internet ye be ma obi
okay
ni nyina ye adwuma ye senior management meeting at internet
Okay.
Me see
it is a see this registration there are a lot of questions about it.
Mimia, the chance you hanumono, yet in some say Sabio, you move it in some say. Oko honomoa down ye increase no. E binti in some say.
It is the easy ma assurance and possible say
education be in Ghana ha.
Okay.
NCC education be you crown be ye de kakra and aban bomodren or one penny bomodren or more sika kakra. Education be na akọ down.
O mapanya ma musika kakra.
Announcement to be announcement to be no here no.
Na say wa mom kakra.
Mama say o ka so be ma ya. You know say am o.
No person who NCC from 1992 they've always been
complaining
cash strapped
from 92 to 2008 no more budget template no 2 million a year
because the president announced just send so the management COVID-19 management fund committee almost announced it's about NCC but me names are kwa
and me so kwa mama trains and me names are kwa na mo yes o mampani kan say obema wo na enipa me no tie eni nyina me nipa ni bi hia am say Mr. Bimpeja yare bi ani ho yare ni ho a enka hewa na nya bi nam se emfa efunu sabio emeto kwan no ansa na ba ohun say in other words, there's that denial. We cannot.
Education gap na cause sa.
Dear factors, but consult sociologists.
That's also a very important point. But Prof, your point because you're a risk analyst, lawyer, any risk analyst. You're because who now introduced this concept of COVID na be. How are we even the being power? You're consulting other people, psychologists, sociologists, even the social setup of young class, you know. Yeah, you coach you easy think on the Oma assurance. Oh, we ensure. Ubeko ground, you know, cover elections, sir. Oh, Ubeko grass, any be polling station. In fact, after they try by elections, any a call, you na you do easy, any be but easy way if he say, or better there. A mamre local level. You do one of communities in Insuoneja. A man crossing you no sadana yet to abano. It is in Krana a war Insuoneja, sa upper denture. By elections, a dear ye buy aye, honorable aye, eba parliament. Obedient to me and cross it from Krana Insuoneja because Sadano, a dabonia, a ma and cross it. Me wanna easy. I'm finding out I'm mamre no because I have one catch say Sankomu Kaya Komugu in Sansa. Ebusa, quite a was you know. So the point is very important.
Mamma come back, Kumbiana Mekuma, Sebi, Yenuanuma, or more them, persons with disabilities. Mamma come as them. Easy say, Omoko district headquarters, and I say Omo district offices and our register. The Bianam Dim Krum Contancy example. Contancy to board the quano. Na Prof Chrome so upon higher cry. What I mean, Contancy to board the quano. A year means so about 30 kilometers. Enti a bed then person with disability be or waba. Cost to know who ne right or one who impose additional burden on that person to come there. So
that was the limited registration.
Current one, omo for GFD issue statement say omo enchre ekwanya omo ba register and no response no omo can say omo make provision say they register at say them material no enya no credit then me sign but say san e there in other words say enya no credit what is the plan am I
okay Prof Jambo remember all you points but uni amema processare Florida State University no the message be about in some here can no ka say ono like most people like him or outside Ghana but you Ghana ni a esefata say otunaba wa register na no elections so say mo so omra no me register bio nti play so ma because of COVID
Pokua azani
yes Pokua azani e kasa no say nti say obeye den wa kwa register
I just court
and obeko court you can trust a prof to obeko court and na yera mensa brompa e kasa so obi beko court say ayenko but in any case say prof crop so court he's not in the jurisdiction say so obey dan court and I just offend lawyer and lawyer have a file case
I introduce a lot of challenges.
We seem to be disconnected with reality.
Yeah, but Prof, remember some person boss. But me go I want to say yera be enu abema samo oche risk analyst. Esa lawyer e kan ho say obi a financial analysis near there. You person ebusa no the risk of COVID abai any nsunsuaso a ye kotwo di any matters arising obani oche anope am watching good morning
any umpenyi fa mecha masinkonya ja moye ejima tuna atomo my Ghana the chairman of na ja ya damasi so
ya da so wa beka ho ona oya risk analyst any lawyer ni opani chiremu che se aye ko major decision making point e wo mai mu ye ko chodi mi wa ye covid o ena ehun sika sem sunsuanso make say no a kra na yera kenoforiata edikoto parliament say Ghana economy no ya tese pansa ma omo kwa kwaje 10 billion from Bank of Ghana ya financial crisis ya ma ono kwa aka na kobo no coins no ya san kwaje 10 billion e wo mo abato registration nyina ya sika sem then risk aye involved we obi a we risk analysis.
Okay, sister Kata can Osamuka Kata Kito Kumana Mitrema Wonrano. The bigger question then it's activity ranges and not sabi on my muno Sikasem is an effect of a product. Inti yaka GDP awe ejuma na robe no mukani na boma that gives you a sense of on my money na how much we're worth. Ejuma ya no anasa yan komra wait on we kwa from way no okaboma that gives you a certain growth rate of your economy and so you know would add up to your economy or otherwise. You know in insurance and COVID but I think Ghana being about 6.6%, some were saying about 7%. Now the estimations necessarily say Ghana is likely to grow about 1.5%. West African countries and even globally will have a contraction of about 2%. In the reality, the growth of our economies will reduce, and we'll have a shrinking global economy. I'm laying these foundations, and I'm laying the contractions and the financial woes in order to place a political conversation. In the because sana ene nyoma sana ene restaurant na se sika wa sana muno abeko forma so the actually and so in such a state like this so who so who sha uye de here and sana wa de fata inti and more so no the bigger conversation they say yeah doing the here what say this guy and I said then here in order to help the state of affairs. Since I made a Mississippi say, and in my humble opinion, I'm sure you are covered instance and so on, so. But I'm sure you are a dear quantity, so the big giant pan say, your mamma, man yourself, no. I'm sure you're a big giant, and make us say, I'm sure you are. Because the effect of COVID are moral, but the effect on the constitutional crisis and the effect on the December elections can be extremely dire. And I'll say two things. The very first one, we are disenfranchising. In Tisabi, so I can't say I'm register Ochna, yet maybe can't say more. So I can't say I'm register Ochna. Not out of a social anxiety, make us a mere archery. No, because Mishota Mikodiki Mania coronavirus. Do I have a right in that protection? And I can make say, yeah, soon so who might be and said the minimum will be our coronavirus or Ghana. I know somebody who is died out of coronavirus. So if I have if out of that social anxiety, because sisters, you mean person could not you and the whole arrangement is such that men person can you say that because of Mr. Coronavirus in tea? So because the mean to Abana.
Okay.
Is that a position of law to say my uncle registering Emma me busa same way. Into say at a bank say Mrs. Some assistant another bank me see say oh yeah your top system for some person here say your top system for since the account is a bank in because of the your account for na and for the music another yes music and
okay.
No bank will say that. Why is a public institution we migrate data all through the world unless unless saying common say meaning say you can't own common about voters register your chum and all of that. But Mrs. said sebi. Penny for minima. You talk about coping and penny focus on to sound again. Into your drug, but you know, you know, carry. Now you who say sebi, and who here say a society. Don't see a whole point say a society. Now, inside the context in which I started is the economic woes. The fact that we're going to have a contraction, the fact that we're going to have significant loss of our treasury. And the second part is that the conversation of migration. They intimately migrated the data from the system. If even we're even so heavily inclined to get a new system, why can't we just migrate the data because of the coronavirus, which makes the process double? In the same because you increase my chance. You do December, no coronavirus, no that's all. Masa could be Q more to about. About 1 week. So round about the second round though. Those conversations are all nuanced, and the problem is difficult enough in order to add another layer of complexity of saying that we need a new register.
Okay.
When in this particular time, in my humble view, the register, and it's not like the register cannot be used. So I'm paying for your arguments were brave, but in my humble view, I'm not sure any of the arguments really suffices. It's not me, but I know. Since you come down, Green go because my account for because of banks is on the system, and banks change their systems all the time. So why is the public interest organization not following best practice? In the other questions, I was able to.
Like me Fabi from where you know say I was here because of sa preamble na okay nyina say ahokyere be wiase nyanya Ghana nko ene ade na yare na nkasa so and anxiety a wo kan real say me say me nyini say so ochire na commission say nko sala ya me kosa because even na dia no kra no na covid ni ho no the fact say kosa lie ho akɔkyerɛw ene ade me that was a tune up factor for me because my issue was that ade na mimi sika taxpayers money I edi twa na efoka afa me ko won twetwede me ko satellite anaju de suom me ma me mo no mo ko satellite na e ko je number I said hell no me nye nti say no kwan ni area mo be data na they can take their data me nye e ma nye besi am me ni NIA card ni bi me your first one no second one no me anya bi besi me ni bi nti the anxiety issue now raising a real say nti in view of that is this your conclusion say yenye de ehia ansa na de factor therefore me ento me introduce to say the year rabin peka yenfa old voters register nko na at least ya manage ana
me barrage pass no a woman and even it's granted that in any day the data set should only allow for amendments. Information aware by every particular person, you know, it should only allow for growth and amendment. So I don't see why the need for all the time, unless I honestly don't understand coming from a pure efficiency basis. And so my own information security kakra, my information security master, so aside of law and risk management. And commonly, you know, so the conversations around the pure technical conversations and the justifications for which clearly can say you register no. But Mrs. You hear part time no, and you hear part time and the voters register. It would have been better because I know I'm having a conversation about voting by mail, electronic voting. But unfortunately, it's a conversation we can't have because of our social arrangement. So because I mentioned about through the mail, question in the sense about the amateur, as I may say, Asama and Zongo, the only amateur, and what I say, I'll dispatch a mail, voting. Into some common about voting by mail and electronic voting, and one command about me. It's another I said because also because of you know the coronavirus. But can we postpone the election? Again, in my humble view, you know to me to mention because the constitutional crisis is a bit too much to carry. And so I don't know how to say it. So at least we'll bear the risk of trying to vote once. Okay. But the other part of it is, then do we really need to put in another shield of risk by risking people's lives in registry before we risk their lives again in voting? My answer would obviously be no. And I think that this is a time we all should get involved in. And I know the workers said, you find my own somewhere. And you're not doing who you are, the biography of the show, because they are encounter. But in crisis where power centers in our crisis, wartime, state of emergency, all throughout history, in times of crisis, power is condensed to the center. And so we all, I'm saying, you know, who here, so why not put us out to me, and quite no uses out to me, And so in times like this, no one should have an excuse for not being interested in the conversations of how the state is run. It is that you made your Mississippi main choir demo there. Mississippi voters register now. It's just another sort of layer of risk that is, in my very humble view, completely needless, to say the least. If we can really get past that and say, December, not coronavirus, or how can we arrange our sociology and voting such that we can at least reduce the risk of contagion and the risk of people being infected during that time, December, no? But then, I really don't think that here. Numbers with 6,000, every 7,000, in just, and the numbers keep growing by the day. International like you, we home is a measurement. Even the most effective mask is 95. You still carry a risk of 5% of transmission. What really happens with those protocols? It's not saying now you put the procedures. It does not actually mean so you eliminate the risk. Actually, there is data to show. So we be to zebra crossing. Can't really put more zebra crossing. Actually, so we need zebra crossing because there's something we call risk and low status, which is basically to say that so we put in measures now. We have a certain full sense of security. So for actually get more contaminated when you expose them thinking that you put in preventive measures. And there is data to show, for example, zebra crossing. Can't buy a man more at a zebra crossing than say zebra crossing in your. In common, putting down protocols will not change much. It will be. It is extremely important we do, but it will not change the infection, in my humble view. Okay. It's say it's in here register if you are not a inquire to at least minimize the risk of the election. This is another because indeed on my penaka. So you inquire first a boom mine, but I inquire first in Yanipa. Some water beggar minimum personally who is died, people's pension, 41-year-old man, doing fantastic. He's died out of coronavirus. It's in common, but I know somebody personally, as I'm saying. I'm not command we have Minister sisters make and
in fact, a council, that's a in fact, we introduce very important and penny for we are political scientists and penny for minimum manual. But said we are risk analysts, will be our information security near there. That point now will make it very important. And I like the point I always hear about double false sense of security. Say a car bonk for more zebra crossing chase anywhere. Because we do one man and Ghana for some sense of entitlement to be when I'm a zebra crossing soon. And he say, oh, Mr. Mask. Over here now, Mr. Mask, and I know Kwana cockatity virus because the sister Oyeno, Ashayeno, Onye. That's a baby. Here are some Elche, a lawyer, risk analyst, or sign will be an information security analyst, and a natural como, or sign a lawyer, and watch HMU and 7. Who go here live? Oh, critical issues. UTV. So, basically, joining also or questions, no commenter, or the Baba Afia, free and fair elections, free and fair and transparent elections. Or may you said about a Benyano, and processes are a dear. Yabeko a die to Abano, Afia Basanko. A battle na chino na kinkan collation and also so the ensemble breba but mama go my channel so Facebook no so nana kwadwo okre no see if you are in UK similar voters register ene ya compile e wa hanum say ye credible documentary data ye de ma into wa ye illegal person omunim illegal person omunim ti ena for de no mo ye nde ogiri se enka bebo apa na o say they can vote and elect assemblymen any assembly movement ye here credible voters register bebo ye nti ena document no ndo of so say ena e wo say etumi e de ye no na adwenche no Charles already no say vim o ya ye ampechote ko say ena e fo chodin santin nti wan kocho me I'm being honest say unka say me bedi ntro me ntro me say me hwe kiu no me nko gina ntontum ma ntontum ye just because me be say e be chiro me din I don't see why I'm being unpatriotic, but I'm telling you, and no na me man chro because me sorry ahomache metina adwuma mu na me nsan ko gina ho no ma na jo 12 1 am just because me say me di no e was a state no man no e ye processor e betimi ama the state no asede ne to be say me di mbekom enye me na was me ko gina man tonton we me just because I was a state to capture me data and me madwe no nti you are free to disagree with me and Abranti aba ko so Charles Oredu waka maka wo de dada no o kase easy for adwuma said for example kan so mbeturo din Ken Boabe no say yes if you ye benya vaccine for COVID-19 asana elections naba enti omo musuro ni nyina ka che lawyer o kasa say vaccine beba nti kofo be kwa kwotro mu dia problem bia emma na darling edu jinsi bem mehwe mo Abubakar baba omia no say if you fear to register then don't vote. Black man dey say no say who person who show corona dia memeto aba ono so ne point we making no Erasmus edu no say lady I'm watching you live from Johannesburg South Africa Erasmus and also akwa South Africa honum na na Eva correct no say God will punish the wicked agenda and crophobia abodin but I can't read those names because I have no evidence to their whole canon and I can say no national ID card no we don't need a new voters register and national ID card no will be enough for betimi aboena Nathaniel Apaya so obowi Maryland no say I want to encourage all of you say mumfidi on faith betimi aboa na ehu de emwa Ghana man enti yemfa gidie mum enye na beboa Amofa Francis say your program today is fantastic we need more people like panel members say ode omaba no wo me very patriotic wo mo messe west nya say wo musuro wo mo kano krepen wo sini pen san krofo ne ehia mo ewo Ghana na kodwo okre no say so far over 1.2 million Ghanaians are no omadi 18 years e wo say capture omudin na since 2016 a omunyina omukoye no ye mo omunko abonte no omunko register the rest of us there ye use a voters register dada no a na ye ntro ye di ne enkoye baby isi ye no ane ade ebetimi aboy ya enkofa manso bia emma Isaac Amano no say my pride here in America is that me ba na me ka chen krofo say me free Ghana minim say me ba Ghana kra me nya refugee me ye Ghana ni enti me ye hwe na saa akokodo ne ahofama na ewo Ghana say ye de ofa ho de ye country na ekọ na nim no ye mfa no fokra so no ote America no o akokodo o ka che obi aso ye Ghana ni Clement Ameya no say easy any the police no omu nyina ye partisans say de na ye rabi mpeka no amanyo sema say Ghana for ama ye akwa kodidi easy ni police nyina emu excellent Ghana no say vim de do pa na we solid pa maintain omo for mo brampacho mo adwuma so doso nti me to me for mo made biata blessed Tony Lord no say if you very nice program ne wo dey aba special panel no ye wo kokretumi achim eboa kwa wo Eastern region na ye hwe mo pa we enjoying discussion on impenifo no ba no bia ben to obi aba ordinary nche for eneba na ye bo asam odakwa no say if why can't election 2020 be postponed to next year ye wi a pacho constitution no wanka bibia asante ho na problem no wono Fimpo kwabna boate no say if in the remit of the law is independent however o hwe Ghana ha ene kwan a isi afa so aye da djuma wo mo nheda nye independent in fact so wo omo posture wo mo nheda nye independent omo workers na omo institution mu kra no or doubt about omo credibility and a new face was say aja bintu nadomo mo ye adwuma pa in fact and I enjoy o panel na odi omo aba no na Albert Ago say anope me cha o panel ni nyina mo ye solid pa encheche mo mo de amanyina eto asum na Kofi no say nyakopon sha Professor Jampo o kasa pa na Isaac tete Afedi o say these are mature people kache yera mesa brompa say me penny submissions na o de ba no pa Charles Oredu di bia and no say me obi enso ni nyina no ya de betimi aboa Ghana man no obi ade in different mindset but like a topic and the aba no I say omnibus topic efa free and fair transparent election we ne betimi ama ado esukoche say enye voters register ho asempe and awka Abugari ba no say if ya is a NIA card a Ghana card or ECOWAS card ye Ghana card but say part of ECOWAS intino na ECOWAS boso no because yen to me nka say as a EU no ubetime kuta your friend say Germany card but EU card because Omunyina is part of the European Union. Don Ratty, you know, say I like this show. Respect to the man in white dress. Professor Jampo say, Okambrofo pa ewo ne kasem but wabin pa ewo nasema okan. Nana Chumberima, or say if you're even on your show this morning, there's misunderstanding between any misunderstanding, divergence of opinions. And say anything here for one person, bano. Will be a different now in China here. And say this a misunderstanding. Ebenezer Kofi Kwanzaa, you know, say if you're the super is. The program is super educative today. Yankopon shawo no panel ni nyina. Amwakon nana eno say if ya mu ye adwuma pa na nana boachi ya dom na say how can we manage the old register if you're asking this question say you manage better than you manage old register. Na fe yanko the day of voting for example my member say e be call Dr. Fobi ho ne Dr. Fobi abon komo na ya but doc producer say ye twa e homra na ye nyina ye home TB this way chocolate drink any ebe home aba and apa macro any anapa foods nyina na ye kan for na pa wo mo macro ho mo friend say noodles any ade nkora wo fie o enti obi akwa na odi bi agufie se de ba na jo di ankora be hwe won obi na de ama no odi fra kontome efro ye kontome siu atum se na pa macro no de ti apopa bones bi anim aje se nyina protein ebo apa ye na ne homra na afie meto so da ye beto aba no any abato na chi ye kenkan ni mu aya pressure beba no wo be kai say 2016 abato ye ka say obi a hacking system no wo be kai that issue was there na ye nyina ye be wi a ye say enkofo joke bi o mu ka say Dr. Koja Freja Sam o ye electoral commission enkofo e was strong room na o mo yem hwehwe o ma na o hwe cartoons ye ba se sia na aba beto so critical issues ni Afia for some makwa ba you live e wo UTV Abeka Junction where critical issues and me da no pe bia ye de bro free no watwe kosi no ndu ba ko no ye hwe eto adwenfa issues a ye di se eka oman no akoma na adwento ato anim no ya boa ama oman no nim di akọ anim adwento ato anim no oman no so afa ne to pefra afia we election year nti ye hwe free and fair and transparent elections said e ba ye to aba na sumdwa ba ye nyina tie ba bia ye de ko ye hwe say before elections ti niema no mpanifo akese nyina achemu say de hia akese pa no eye nsem ekoso ansa na abato oda no aduro edi ntwro political party engagement ya de yaka ne nyina wase ebehwe eda na ye to aba no abato na wie ye ne kenkan mu the coalition the announcement declaring of onipa wadi nkunim ewo abato nim ene ne nkwa animu ebe den ene yeduro no say de ba 7 December betimi ato aba na 7 January ebenya aban foforo ye betena akonyan so na ye to ase frame me lady Afia Pokua ni mpedifo yera mensa bompa senior officer programs officer ma CDD Center for Democratic Development onukro ya kodeyo oka mo mpedifo no coalition of domestic election observers and afis wo security desk ewo CDD so openi kase eka ehon sanso na country director ema send Ghana yera obimpe bimpe so aba beka ehon ewo studio anum say na a controversial and ever celebrated Professor Jampo so associate professor University of Ghana Lagos and so Hanma watch adie fie bebre actual articles any materials bebre for elections so obi enim say why adwuma so IE political party engagement ni ade tie kan political party aprachi kick pa amanyosema openi oni momo and omo boy amaya bo enkomo no ye ne openi twetwe nkomo lawyer kese amane so ye be doctor so ye nom so akasa in terms of ye ko ya covid abe ye be da na ye beto aba abato na chi ni nyina be kan was for example ne mpese ne wo sha say what this round of abato da no there any issues I ye hwe ho asemaka
all right you me that na me person me ka say me controversial
na me ma ja tum say me controversial ozo mpese o ye in fact one na can say okasa na obi kran kasa when disagree wanyewa
that doesn't any controversial I can't say am nim no
okay well maybe I accept the controversial
on the election day no nyema bi nso wo kwa etese ye na ebema abato no aye free and fair. Number 1 and said there should be equal opportunity given to all voters to vote. Ubia what show ni din no he or she must have the opportunity to vote. Emom yedu ona say kwakrafo ene merwafo bi wo ho a ana say physically challenged bi wo ho a na ya mom aye ne kan se ne be ya ometumi aye na omako. Then number 2 is that there should be secret balloting. Secret balloting. Papa we sua political science JJ Ruzo essay to enable the realization of the general role to prevail no. Say obi kwoto aba oto no kukuem. Okay. It should never happen see a kwoto aba almost twanem picture na fa be kire me. Well, it undermines the expression of the sovereign will of the people. Enti obi oyesa bia no eye wabon ena onsua amanyo niem amanyo sem onimmu etede bia ne ye corrupt no nkofo mpanimfo bebre wo Ghana ha wonim se nkoma kwadware wa amanyo so bedole bia na omo ye niema bia etoto ya amanyo sem ne electoral politics ase obi si matina parliament achesa enti no eba se metania expire mu ntome so aba mu nsan fa me nko. It doesn't make sense to me in terms of representation. You are elected to parliament to serve the interests of your people, not the interests of parliament.
Okay.
And to now GD or parliament na ukromufo almost your mpewa. You have no business going to parliament. I mean, nkophobia or more champions adi. It doesn't make sense. In the same way, there are people out there saying, say, esan say, what Jimmy Sekenti, ukoto aba, uya ucha. Say electoral commission for 8 years. That's a political scientist or electoral commissioner. So mo de ka omombra ne omohihye no say yemfa phone enye den enko ballot box no ekutwa utomra and say yes sir what you say wunim dia won say de sa de we yesua e political there should be secret balloting. If I say election is free and fair on election day. The other bit is that, like you said, there should be independent and adequate security provided at the, on the voting day. Generally in Ghana, no, I say, yankasana enam fama nyame sunsum na yempe ye ho asem nti no eya na election no to de bi ekototen na wo hwe the quality and the caliber of security provided at the polling centers to de bi na abysmal mbeko na fire service ni akokre bi a onkita tuo onkita hwe no gina na nkofo no ebufa no so saa afei obekọ se nyoka me matibida makọchire poni akọ observe by election da meti se a police for ka se yaban na wo so na momo time am say na police for kasa sa a police for kasa sa oh the caliber of people we deploy to polling centers as security people no should be also above partisan politics. They should be independent-minded people, and they should be adequate. They should have the adequate training and resources. A bit to me about say sometimes people see say police for na amo why but or police ni bia no oto ina order ontimi ina hopo ebinum de bia na omote ho a o ye ama for edi intutrasem na emma election day period no this part in Yama into me court. I think the polling stations must be made accessible to all voters, media, party agents, and observers. For polling station, on Koshe, you should be a jar, be boss, be a polling station you went to know any member, and yet there should be transparent and tamper-resistant ballot boxes. Well, ballot boxes about to a begum say transparent. We say Ghana, Yesha, say the essence near Nimunti, you opaque ballot boxes. Would it two more? Inti yedi bibi egumu ansa yedi bo obi hu but the idea of ensuring a free and fair, peaceful and transparent election in an election day on an election day it says that one of the things says that there should be transparent and tamper resistant. Tamper resistance is it should be difficult for people to just break into it. On election day there should also be effective ballot counting procedure as well as effective procedure for determining which of the ballots must be rejected. And Ghana for na and so before back I say 1, over back I say 2, over back I say 3, maybe effective mind say but there should also be an elite consensus regarding the procedure for rejecting what we call ballot spoiled ballot.
Okay.
Well,
there should be a procedure.
A procedure. I see a G2. Well,
you know, just some parties say you should any procedure.
There's I thought there be a adibi wa. Well, Uba say and should I rejected. But depending on where it is counted, never can say I reject it. Across the line, can say I reject it.
True.
But baby wants so across the line can be a say really you need to
any standard definition say be a ballot way.
Yes, if a team name. What you say? Na obi wo ho a odi team name na mom enche ho no e buy across the line kakra. Depending on where that ballot is being counted, say MPP stronghold etiase, yebeka say we vote to amano. Say NDC stronghold yebeka say entesa and something like there should also be a procedure and an
Papa, we are aware say the standard mo ye adwuma aye easy for definition.
Yes, you fancy na make can say sometimes eto de bia sanya ye fold esan said education no enkoso ye papa ninti eto de bia sanya ye bobo kra no etumi ma enkefi ha ekoha what you say take note voter education in Ghana is very poor by the constitution no enye NCC nkwana ka so omnya voter education you are 3 main agents of voter education political parties they are constitutionally mandated to ensure proper political socialization. Voter education.
I see. Omone hwanu.
Electoral Commission. Answer na NCC. Ti mu dem ya na mu di mani akoka. Akosi NCC for mu nye sikada. De bia mu nye sikada. For mu nye nsa because NCC for challenge ne say and PNDC fees by democratic dispensation. It was an organization staffed by cadres. Cadre for ne di omukogu ho. Enti no cadre for di omukogu ho empe bibi mu omunye. NDC for omudi omukades no mo ntumi anhwe omuye enti no another regime for buy no na cadres we na yenko staff mo na mo be yadi what you say so the cadre staff mentality no ama we don't see the relevance of empowering such a body that has been created by the constitution but see a person nipa enimude na a person ye to take on our political leaders na fe ye near ma ekototin we should rethink the funding of NCC. Yes, sir. As you diago, maybe the last on election day, is that there should be adequate. There should be adequate security at the polling stations, and security measures must also be provided for transporting the ballot boxes. Adequate protection of ballot boxes and transportation of ballot boxes. You say, crowd here, and your kind here. Papa no obi assign na fe ya transmit, but still no yenim ne betumi abe in the course of transmission internet say carry the ballot boxes so
in the case of recount
na say for but yeah carry no say won say to the bi ana nipa bi wo ho a out of zeal bi, you see, out of zeal ni odododo bi ayo mo on political parties so betumi akokro so our junction we be no age ballot box no if we nsem and na say for to we should provide adequate security to ensure proper transportation of our ballot boxes. Major mamenu no mo bia na wi anya
after election
election day am say 2 pen back and prof can the proper training of electoral staff to handle the election materials and everything, and a proper training of political party agents. Omudi say emphasize proper training the rules and regulations bordering elections. Obi ho ko gina ho no mo a usame ma won to aba no ne matu kwa kotune send embraneka embranese file what protest form in sank of a training wo mu ye pa and talk about electoral commission temporary staff no mu ye adwuma na nkasa na see training wo mu ye da me emphasis wo political party agents and brebia mu ntokwa ba no ye mpene ma won to no ye be kontokwa na nyina afiri wo mu de see atiti wo mu ye no mu hu wo asade ye miss last one me de be ka ho prof odi kan but security of the materials. Say ye di ensa na beba center ho ana be ye free ho. Enam say obi am pene so a ye de calculation center ye timi sa kan no nti. Say ye de kwa ye se hwe ni ye. We say ebi asida. Em say upper east region ho baby. Na protest by. In terms of mukutwa car no kwan mu yi omu attack omu ballot box changing or something of that sort. So mu calculation center ho no. Na figure wo collation sheet no so no any the ballot box no enhia em say kwabenya he do me kwabenya he ya em say sumbae enu ntu ne yantumi ankan enwi num di kwa atomic police station so mkokan ntokwasi obebre because they protesters say bibi asesa nti security of the ballots no boxes no ehia pa because e wo mra wo hwa e say a certain number of year because of court case and sacra na empty not to go into security yes
especially after election petition
sure
into na
no normal ade e wo say yento abato ngumane ngumi ka say me kwa na minim na na pese ye voter audit as to the spoil ballots categories conform to spoil ballot what does say genuinely a spoil ballot and ye kwa answer na Dr. Ferija ye kire mra no so not until say be this number of years won't mean be so yeah, and see, because of all those things, you know, I say making sure say you are providing proper security and sign our call. And I'm saying all COVID-19 in Bremu, you know, me can last week mesaka. Ebeye ya, you provide a special protocol for obi enforce people protocols, no. Your policeman or
protocols for
special arrangement
for enforce protocols, no. Electoral Commission last briefing was in the 6 na beba as polling station staff in will be adwuma oye one Sylvia kasa as one Sylvia can say polling station chair no or no na obey ensure protocols no I bet to differ we a special arrangement say ba said na George Kano o man pagin crowd na no tumu say we enhye fie no crofo call beach obi koye party one dem ebisi hene enti and as I saw ni wiase anke ni police station ni paso edin enti wo polling day no and as ya na ma Sylvia kan nyina ye within the registration center me assure say yes our rope no e dey demarcate to ensure how many people enter at a time but don't forget encrofoba wo baby ansa na du omu time amoma ba ho sankofo no wo baby no omrudo essence say wo banka e dey akonya sisi what ntemo kama are we able to do that enti yempe special DSC e dey ba na ya hwe I think say all those you have said and said the aka time ka say election ye niam mienu pe ebre ne emra time in law enti time we beba fi say most of the polling stations no you need light or honum. And
very critical issue.
Say so we decay no munkwa before 5 o'clock. So to aba. You go villages in Bibra. In Subai Organa. And a panel polling station who you free by no means and no 9. Nothing and go for sunlight be brave light in your. Inti enum put me high arguing to say young was starting time to say there be even spin test road ha near started election 11 o'clock. Abra here started 7 o'clock. Into all these things are important to make sure say be free and fair election so that yen disenfranchise will be not because on your crowd late but because yen starting time.
Because we were emphasizing on training of electoral officers, we were emphasizing on that. Yani easy kase, I know kase chairman, and I be enforce every police station. Now, almost specialized. I don't know what will constitute training. No, and COVID training. And now, we be joining presiding officer. Jumana odi no aba be enforce lockdown. I don't know how is that.
My recommendation in that day share say na me expect say bianca iPad meeting no ba dey one person account home but you share they would buy in past 6 na what I recommend them say enam dia ban so much me procure PPEs there umfa extra personal umma health professional bi na obi a training no na already na dia say obehwe say obi abedi protocols no so enya sa dia sa police person prof edi kaka say enya the numbers see ebenya nke emfa one or police station because normally we understand say the whole polling station no materials no more concerned. Enya me no me no ekoto aba no. Materials no more concerned. Nti benya ba so no so be hwe say enforcement ni be ko so na because any password na Afia. Any password ni pa. Nti ehia sa de no very critical say e be buy about to no. Na
ba to betimi abobot 6 people na easy dey buy no mo kan by constitution ni pa
send the usual one presiding member marker the checker marker and the wet paper parliamentary anyway it's nipa 6 na
nipa 6 na electoral officers and 6 and I be a police for the nipa ba ko ba count
police ni dey on the temporary staff on the peacekeeper
okay
about be providing peace
but yeah we are aware mo call IPAC meeting say bia police IGP so say bia every polling station bia the nipa mienu miensa na na
every ntimi ba ko ba ana omodo
first ba ko ana omde ba ba yen nyina yete ya na ya ka say covid ya ba yi yen tumi nka say ba ko na era adampa ne wo nyina yen nyina ka say tension wo ho about this voters registration into this
ebia minim so mo dia soldier for be kan there but to be say police for no so
enti soldier for there no me roaming
omakofa ade warder for prison for
so election day the mu nyina ka ho
election day the soldier for na ka
prisons customs election day all the security agencies
but tension no wo ho
but soldier for there mo ka roaming security for no the crowd as well me kan
say in view of the introno mpolo I procure PPEs in ade nyina yi. Should we go with the same 6 with an additional police?
Say the sana from the last week I Pakistan okay if you last me recommend you can make mine say even National Election Security Task Force cascading to the regional and district crime for health professional and the exigency of the time in the chiro ade is the tuja. First, near only the security agencies and a former election security task force says the advise a professional health personnel not only even at the national level, the regional security task force, the district security task force, district health officer or honoring kahun, so that it be a baby and say any normal time. In the arrangement here, the man responded to the challenge at the moment. In the here say. May insist now until so we are so we the basic ho eba we answer share friend say mask e ma rain inside yes ni nyina betimi aba nipa de ya so eden wo betimi enforce kra within your perimeter or the rope na demarcate no and na betimi ama nipa ahwe ho na wo mo abodom wo kire wo twen wo 10 no who supervises them who enforces the protocols there enti be here extra hand
I just said that should be I was here for anti Sylvia ni Yebusa ni bio pa ti producer be ni doctors think say we because doctors kwa won say enkebe ya covid ya be there initially on be kan yo say nka covid ya be enkebe ya di ntro no ye ntwen kakra ne mo say de wa ka na see and next week na matwa ye nti e po electoral commission for ebe tro but the na lawyer lawyer ni risk analyst ni ka say ti enipa dodo say ne benya kukudro bra covid wo say me dey minstro me come
if last me catch you say ya nhwe ye na prof so aka no pay na say social media bui yen first cluster first 2 days no be better social media say nipa bodom pema obi anja man banko I'm telling you. Say ya obi this be hey what shirt say dey near free food no. Then go for bufa so no. Say video ni better but now we have affect turnout for registration.
A very big issue because even school here ye BA crowd for bebe see BA school am do mo manko because almost true because yenya reports from France, Germany, omo BA school no first week cases na san akosro. It's here bimpe election day. Especially because mo na mo ye enuma won.
Political science is for nakasa. And the where
local level na ya mo krasing tin na ya mpese.
Yeah, idea ba it may be too late, but me assure say be easy for no year. Sir temporary staff no. I hope say easy for no check your background.
Background saying.
Medical background. No. Political interest.
Okay, so let me clarify that.
I hope say check. I hope say check. Now things conduct and so bet say on the day of election bet say independent arbiter.
I think I'm checking.
No, some you see many also emprepi no. But say yo ye name be polling station be I say
presiding officer
now you say presiding officer now you say president yade ba kon say ye ma ani e ko pa abato obi me nka ya no ne
okay
na mo come state mete ye fie kwan nti we betwamu a omukosoro sa we betwamu a oh ngoto bi me ko ye ma me ayi no 16 ma ko ayi no mo friend say balo be ha ye ma me 16 me dem matu ba ko se matu 25 matu say edien na ekoso ho anti nipa be nsia na wo no mpo mbetimi ato political party representatives no amakwan say yentete ye ka no say ayi no bebre mo ye hunu sa de we bi enche bia omo ye referendum no
creation of
video bi bebre eba abontina chese enipa no bi akoshe dem na omo ye dey omo do mo na nyanso mo hu ye no so omo ye nya no mo se atwa ehun video anti se wanya enkrofobia omo se omba dwena oma ne ho eni nti no omba ye independent say the referee referee no a na omo kojo na yibi mentim ho ase bi ba that will be the beginning of the disturbances in etosu mienu say enkrase pa the etesisi pa ayifoi omo beti kakrakai macho men ubete ebi won so a rumor ebam nti yan avoid it that day media for mummy enye careful
enye media for no social media no traditional media
nti
oti bi pa cross check answer
mummy enye careful ubete say yes obi akohwim box aye police be di eche na ebi ya na bibi ni so ebi so obi di eche na ampase ebi wo na no election 2016 kwa say yete say ya de yibi akogu fie bi unnecessary tension handy media for no say assembly ba na mo be press mo prem mo de atodwa no madaroma mo check my ansana ba mo de atodwa because assembly ba kon media be ka no ebetimi ama
ebeko
oyi na abo mai mo
okay your point
the last one ya can security na some by yanka the actions of the security
okay
especially mo be patrol no ayawa so kai ayawa so kai ensembi and the lesson be na yesu free ayawa so said be ya sempo bibia si na se police for no eko hwese asumdue be ba omum kwai no such a way say enipa emfa pra ene action emma enkofobi ensia enkofobi kwan say be omum beto aba say yetimi ye sa na ma we eka de minuan makan ho a me didi say yentimi nya 100% perfect but yebetimi nya ade bia so bi wo mentimi ho ase bi mpokra ye ayade ebetimi ede I resolve.
Okay. But Penny say no raise the question about say the background of EC.
So say so recruit temporary staff no we are also submit list no with their pictures. Emma political parties no more protester no more. Yes. In the last IPAC meeting, ECC will go through the process. Omo protest ba omo no omo substitute omo. But I mean can say dealing with temporary staff enya odia no even a code you cry under circumstance your former coordinator Mr. friends Lavi
okay
okoyi obi t-shirts also oko rounds and monitoring na to do code your t-shirt ne she no but na white light to say t-shirt bi shas here o play t-shirt na your party bi t-shirt how no uni t-shirt no say for materials me all the sika dia ma for call no uni di dealing with temporary staff na dey and a political parties ya nkasa so infiltrating recruitment of electoral commission temporary staff enti omumma na Dr. Frija Akai no say mentimi ntina me office ya nwia bam moa na mu wia mu adiem say ya mpa dia enti political party for near to obia for police for omuntu omuhofo the Odibama electoral commission be more than the my na omu the sheet ni bia ma but e bia political party be come for obi who say or sha on hwese genuinely we qualify we free him we e cost be brave especially the lower level omu nim say we out here we entokwa bi si 2008 I think e wo bro half ho baby the entokwa ne ba o sa kronu so nyina ne say na obi ti ho no mo a oye electoral commission temporary staff but unfortunately se party bi koye program o sa krom ho o ma me restaurant no mu e oda aduane enti obi kwaro ko hu ise onu akoye electoral commission temporary staff no be can say oh way for panukrempo na ye temporary staff and the other opposition other party the pufu ye that was the fight apparently the lady was not on ni party bia but enam so ma me restaurant in a party bi koji wo mu say food omo ye a friend in saying you know e dey talk about enti dealing with mass recruitment na nkasa na yade e ha adwene yi enti say electoral commission the list we akọ near her background e be ye say me no e be kọ honum the agents ni na no e be hwe dey na ye papa ne say just like wa form committee bia say nipa dọọso a nipa ba ko action no ya na ontumi nye papa enti nsia na wo ho no nyina aka bomu a ba ko bi ye bias a e da ontumi nye ni ye
okay but openina o ka bia ba political party agent me person Dr. Jampo Professor Jampo Bem you hear the issue of when pa na wia abato and possible ko say wia abato mu ana because o kai election petition issues na by numbers na ya tro words nko figures nko na there but the point you make about political party agents omu role a omu play on election day omu ye training we are where the parties here training more there
in fact electoral commission training ma won
asana omo parties no
by problem the how you can say electoral commission requested for lister according to omu no ya training nipa na wie no obekọ police center no ya change no center omu de wo kwa omu mfa obi a okosa wo nimdie obi a wo macho obi a obetumi akontokwa nti ya training crop for kra wie no election day bekọ no na de omu ya training wo mu no na bi nti ho nti ya de bebra politics me say ntokwa bebre si about to me say the judge kan no e omu am no beku yen e omu a nti ni nyina ka ho bi but yem make yem insisu dia say temporary staff no munye permanent staff of electoral commission ye fa wo mu free ho
ani e de o ma be kan
nti dealing with mass recruitment na edin
pampacho easy phone to me nka say party agency omo e training omo ni nti your background na enye omo na wo ho no ma return officer be ka say you are not accepted here me dey make according to the list
Afia the omo ye ne say a journalist constituency we political party be a police mo fa nipa be a 111 bra ye training ama woni dey abra wo mu deployment to which polling center no e political party no
but omo fa notice a list
omo be say be abaji nipa be 100 ni a training ama NDC for ya to be 100 but D-Day no why na be call police station why be party ni dia
na party ni mfa list chrono ma electoral
no answer we ma accreditation
see polling station polling agent no onye official of the state
yeah
una ye to aba in fact ye niema ye anka ye hia polling agency po na essence say ye pese ye tie ye ho asena transparency ntini ye say for polling agent embra ntino wo mfa ne oye trained enquire to jiwara but the other bit is that you see all the officials 6 officials no kind including the security nurse for the officials and agents of the state including the temporal ones there is a kind of contractual relation between them and the EMB election management body but polling agent no the onye official of the state and yet the acceptance or rejection of election results no a key in determining I say ye bekon anase ye yenko enso so no ono de onye official of the state enti no obi antua naka age say political parties no enti no obi wo ho a okonas and the party opposition ato de bia polling sometimes no even opposition the major opposition party no mpo no ato de bia ontumi mfa agents enko bibia enti no as for the remaining political parties no there omode the least said about them there but so obeko baby na say NDC for a strongholder MPP agent no nim say oh hade ye den a NDC fo be win enti wo de mo mpa bibi kakra ma me wo no wagi sika no na okọ wo ti ase obi ba NPP ni ebia otumi nnuadua no de abre polling agency na wo hwe papa a waye o polling ayi ade station na wa party kra ma wo hwe a o ya no relax mu ne ma kakra na se fo enti sane a okan no afraja nka asem bi na ne wo ka kire political parties fo a aye o mo mpese o mo begie edi na so o mo begie edi a no mo njintum no does not prevent some of us from saying it as it is. You see, politics of emotions and sentimentalism must give way to politics of common sense and reason. Obi ni ho obetumi atena electoral commission akonwa no so no akasa mi wiem. Ama
obi nkasa o wiem.
Debi o ntumi nye. Se me sise o mo beye de a eno na me ka che obi so etumi ye ne sa de a ankan ne se ben kase Charlotte society mi wi abato no ma.
Mahama.
What you say? Anase Afarijan supervised the exit of NDC. It was Jerry Rawlings time they appointed Afarijan. What you say? And no a year na MPP for buy. He supervised the exit of MPP. No the NDC for so buy and as for. And no one say the wushemu at the polling station hono as I say wutumi feel we need now we should not make sure say look what brought about the monumental electoral victory of the MPP in the 2016 elections, you know, apart from political miracle, was the fact that they were also vigilant. Make a political miracle,
political miracle also.
They make us as a manual win century, and the chess. You see, most of the electoral reforms proposal that we submitted to the Electoral Commission in the lead up to the 2016 elections were not implemented. And
by
yet,
who? By East.
By the East, I went to me. I'm finding you. Because Charlotte say na Afia and Sawaba or buy and so settle near my hand. Into no America say a century and na vigilance. You be any fee. NDC around the time or not, they were complacent. Or one casa went to me and tabletty or resource. And no more say ruling party into a compo into so we shame ye at the polling station. Listen, me ko monitor election bi wo chiriponi by election. And some ye be na it was an MPP seat. And I'm say ma me no ewuye. And na omo ye by election. Before ye be announce results na MPP for ifi krumo.
I didn't
look because they knew. Omo hwem omo fi omoni na omo hwemu fenchim na omo baby ade na ye den eko. Enti no yeah, you see in political science there is no one X that causes Y. There are so many variables that leads to an outcome. Into what do we kosa baby ba ko pese jimensa nko akoyem ana say ya. Oba se niam bebre ho abetoto na se ebema welusu. Enti no key see ebehwe polling agency. The political parties if they are serious in winning elections there, then they should look for people who will be able to help them keep or maintain credible and reliable.
And yeah, no thing Abraham Parker so use so much of for because no there obeso winning with polling station level no. Into the baba do obeka say obeti ada.
We use so much we use so much oni na so common na. And so be ndey. Okom ye ya. What you say?
No okom asema okay. Na on say political parties no. Omo nyina no game back no munya omo play. Nti etwamiri bi asura ya na. Nti say yakasa omo fa din ma enam say omo nim say
Obinya.
Omunya listen say kim. They can compromise them. Into the dream will be or the dream be beba. Na say or the nkofo beba betra na ho. Na on the day ni there or the obi a or gidi say untimi compromise no so e beba. Into so omumienu nyina no. The same game here omumienu nyina bribe. So munya kwan a ombe bribe the other
side
agent no. Yes, and they do that.
The fear
example of American na political party ni baako o say America so mo no 216 dey keke ho na political no afri ho no ma sort ni out
na Professor Jampo kan
nti wa ye no hu ye no
we say bantama dey o ye dey bantama Florida NDC wini
edu say kan no gina ho na be sign no ko
we sign cry ahead of time.
But that point is very important. But emphasize this point, mama, about are you suggesting say party agents nke mo meka officials and temporary
Imran provided for
yeah, but I'm saying that are you saying that should be a amendment? So that they'll be accountable to
Imran assumes that the electoral commission will be very independent and they will do the right thing until you don't even need agents.
Okay.
But say our electoral processes have undergone several reforms. Now, say for the agents
okay.
And to know one kasa fa onipa ko gina ona ma ontumi enhwe mu ma ona say no so ontumi nya then you are not worth your salt to seek political power.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Ntia no ye mfa nka mra one kasa fa nipa ko gina ho na ye nea ese se obetumi ekipu no wo ho na obetumi ahwe mu ya ma ontumi nya ene menhwehwe political power.
Maybe you say asamba kwa emra da chen say de ba no say na no ya easy for mu kwa meeting na easy you know what derive legitimacy from the number of political parties here buy na yemusa sanko for no mko dodo no mko ye no uyi bia be miensa bia na mienu bi free mu a enkna hampo kra enkna ha ye kru kase mu yaka so munya agent nkwa omenya bi
say odikenum ne sa
anti nkofo bebre won so mo afa no say business won say they are power brokers. They are power brokers.
Agent for the political
yes,
political parties.
Don't think they for now. A business, a negotiating power. Because at least you also what a party. Don't say Yanum for me. So kota we who prospect.
How they that year become as one the proliferation of political machines. Proliferation of amorphous election machines.
Nkame join.
Kabe join e
party that mean join.
Na omuko ye the bio. Professor Jam Pasemo ka say negotiating a business.
A business.
It is o join and so be dey use we dey business.
O and the infant to.
O use number no wa business.
Na so dem ni o yansu. Na political party bia na etia so na Hawaii na adwen so pe political power.
But the
main distinguishing feature that distinguishes a political party from a pressure group is that a political party seeks to capture political power. Into no more and California be business.
It's a very important point.
The last round are the conditions that must exist after elections to make elections free and fair, peaceful and transparent. Number one is that only the election management body must have the right and the power and the mandate to declare results.
Oh yeah.
Obie ni ho kwan
to declare
results.
In TV media house aya ebobo na.
There be munya sa. There be some declare projections. Eto de bi amoso na mo pentam ne na we nso yenka. Mo kawi a mo se yenka ye jama electoral commission there bi. Wo yes na se obi nso ana media house nso ko gina bebi na nso ka se we nso awi ni we nso the confusion ebeba. It is only the election management body that has the mandate to declare results.
And even there only one person.
Only one person. No
bia. Even the commission members.
I am actually counter press conference here, you know. Kabenya kran ka mu media nka news are the papa ntinka mu dia fon kan ka mu say Afia de to aba na hemache party A ne party B say yeah press conference am kan chom say mo ntwema de nche.
Okay. Another requirement after election is that there should be the ability of the political parties and candidates to be able to contest the election results in courts.
Ya bobo
wi na say woni nje ho a utumi e de court. And number 2. And the court nso a the judiciary must be that independent and they must be able to deliver justice or settle the matter swiftly as it occurred in Kenya in 2013. Ghana ye there 8 months. Minim nko na yepe. Kenya within a few days na oma settle asem no ewie se ne be yenso no engujem. The other bit is that there should be official and timely announcement of the results. Ye bobo about election we are. Dano Charlotte says she will choose accuracy over speed and I mean so make catch and say bra na ye ko school no ye catch yen say passing of exam is dependent on speed and accuracy. Yeah. And yeah, accuracy. Speed and accuracy. Must go together. What you say? And you know, next year we not 2 days, 3 days. You declare results. You na. Sir, na man for one person. Mu declare more dear. Into who could declare na say yeah electoral commission declare. Obi to me declare na the confusion aba. And na Afia more media for no. Ye election na. You should have unbiased reporting of the issues. Yeah, we know. Some of them, I told you, I'm reporting or report to you, say, wait there, or report to a this side, and what I say, there should be acceptance of the election results openly by key stakeholders, particularly the leader of the main opposition party. And so, of fact, be so. Say, in some way, I can't no. See the good acquaintance, say election, no, the process is not acceptable there. And yeah, near fairness, say. The leader of the main opposition party ebia within Kugu and I say near obedi Kugu no I say so to me fa telephone na ofre and I say to me announce publicly so senia nhihye no ekoye na ayedi bibia so pepe no me gitu mu say me di ntwu o ka say odi wedi ntwu a near we wi nso no say oye magnanimous in victory na che say ye catch we dey na afi na be say me catch them say mo bewe and na ye be kire mo bi say mo nso onya kasa pa bi kire because sika nipa ebe hwiegu form ansa na we lusu say we lusu kura bi say densen we wini enti no wie lusu sa na say we nso tumi nya kasa pa bi menua emmoni adwuma nso wakon okopa na ebe make sure say ye no mo betena asumdwe mu fefefe nti no bon say the pain is suited as for ye we no mu ina me gidi say Ghana electoral politics no ebekọ nenim will continue to remain the beacon of hope in an oasis bedeviled with electoral conflict.
Sasa na ya okay kan
king cancel for
na ya make sense say ye elections no ebekọ nenim afi ye beye krabehwe amanfo beko so ehuye no makase Ghana eye nhweso pa ewo ebibire mu ha nyina ye na ye nkwohwom na ye njae sese ye niema ase ye pese ye teba form ye wosoro in terms of electoral politics and democratic practice ye wosoro ye mfa ye ho ntoto atode bia na ye ho ko ekototo South Korea ne na South Korea for kora to aba se Mali for kora bebi a ye mpempenso gina democracy ye mfa ye ho compare South Korea ne Mali no yakoye nim nti yenye niema ebema yakoye nim nya ye shining example nhweso pa ama ebibire mu hafo nyina
Prof, na samba usunim ene the time no ebi kakra ye de kakra be ka ho because I see a call ahoma no so ne Dr. Tony Corte Antoinette Corte emergency services doctor na omo ye doctor for akese a omo ye Black Star doctors ewo abrochi America Europe no maka omo ho abom se covid ya be omo ti abrochi ye adwuma de ba omo nya omo nuanum Ghana for ho omo ye ncheche ne ade ne ye pa omo ma che mu se covid ba omo manage because omo ama awodo se US ni Europe na cases ne do so pa nti ye say aye Ghana ye betro din aye what risk no ye be school ye be why we ochna is excellence o mampani be kasa am easy restrictions no ye say obey gum COVID cases no any dintro e be say doc adope am watching
sister
na doc who ye there
pa cho me ho ye pa na mo
Nyankopon adaroma doc join here live e wo Zoom ti doc e da se pa say anope wo join here live e wo Zoom doc so free Ghana no we 17 years but otitwi papa doc Corte doc muna mo ye emergency ho adwuma e wo America Texas Hospital na also wo no mebo a
pa try
doc che mu say mu start say mu ye adwuma risk ben na mu shia bra minim say Texas mo lockdown no a mo to mo lockdown.
As I said, when you lock down, no, na any full you opening. I might be said businesses now here some be not just essential ones, but the boy economy Texas economy moving forward no. Or maybe say almost me juma. But still many places and okay, you know, schools you say nyame adom nkra cut summer break into schools no more break. But to say hotels and a hospitality industry the more be I am more guidelines am be den am metimi e dey be safely na ye nim say second surge na ba na ye stroke say and ye
doc peja oni ma kakra ne yento kam se zoom no ha peja oni na yento ka ha bacho doc so aso me
and I say America no me say no we're in the progress of opening the betimi bia but safely. Now CDC the disease control governing body no they say Ghana health service no my guidelines are actually
yo nti doc odi no kwa me tro no wrongly me okay kumsin court Dr. Antoinette kumsin court doc say Ghana unim say e be tro din o yeah electoral commission indicates so we see I be the parliament by next week na macho ye be tro din yampa June ya nti enipa be kokrom yakwa kobo aboa no wo polling station be e chochodin no muna mo handle cases akese wo mkrom dia ne restrictions a wugiri se or how e betimi afiri mabani ahwe ye wo se ye
at the end of the day social distance restrictions no ye lifted ye say and obian tunsi krom ye betrothed into obian tunsi krom okay but I was buying so to get the message out how nkofo krom ebe ye nti say baby nkofo bebrebe hia to organize that they ye wahana say 6 feet in between nipa bia but I was so with the mark eto form ho wo tro form ho baby obia begina say ni obia begina with the correct distancing between them na obia share the mask face mask I'm very happy to hear say Ghana the nkofo obia pambi cloth mask na no an here they say research na chere say so wo shebi na me shebia in fact it reduce transmission of coronavirus ne almost to the extent of sending out a hospital mask as long as nkofo mienu share until so keep it 6 distance 6 feet between who and the next person will do anima or line mu and now say mutu nyina mo share mask and me gidi say be boa pa to help the infection rate no especially with Ghana so na ya na the aban so say kai almost say enye obi a na benya sa resources no betima mask betima hand sanitizer and just rom some na nsuo yi sa ni amonya na available the general masses no then when your hand sanitizer crown pouch mo from sa we some na nsuo
well doc any kasem ne say Ghana has electoral commission di no mbecho no mo say ma hand sanitizers wo baby obecho di ni bia de bucket besi on mama ya ro yen sa ba mpese doc o can plane chair say yeah babu as a doctor ye bie ni pass ye mra bonten ni enko din abra ya we ewo ha say Ghana in less than bosome miensa ye free ba ku mienu ye cost 7,000 plus as say ye kekan ko 8,000 as a doctor be advice say ye din ye mra bonten ye meboa no ni din
and no dear democracy has to continue abino has to continue means me can say yenjai there was here as a nation and WHO ni CDC amache yen say near mind bebre wo why betimi aye betimi safely and since abino say betrodin ahead of the election in November okay but abino so some boa nipa ni atiase say social distancing no mo kan na beboa amai ye nyina no getimi aye and plain betimi atro edin no but the right safety measures now have to be put in place.
Doc say o abroche videos ye ka say lockdown no videos na ekoso niam na ekoso Ghana ene ikra videos e free jom edwa wudo mu ba ene miamia wudo asofo bi ye ka say me yen kwa so enso na nkofo ye aso nti doc dey okay say aban betimi a kire no wo sha wa Ghana ye a wuja ahoko ye betimi aya mana ye
oh sister I don't underestimate the people some more here the education and the importance yare can ebinsi say that coronavirus a new virus nti the extra amani nyina na say mo my time ye de behwehwe ho adro vaccine and I say bibia ebeboa. Now I believe in the spirit of Ghana. I believe in Ghanaians say, "Okay, say the right thing." Yeah, of course. Kakra or how am den? I'm better see dream. I'm on sound for but by far no, the majority of people no. Am I already somebody then? I'm better. Obi up on my own course.
But doc, and like I say sorry, yemie clubs, yemie hotels no Ghana na. Say you bet me the same argument that doc no. Was he bet me social distancing there? Ye trodi no. Nti yemie sorry yemie clubs, na yenye social distancing ana.
There be. And then man do a hon you don't have to take the risk. So who?
Nti ade na we dey take risk doc. Was he near money be to me take risk? Nti ade na dey try dey take risk no.
And there enya dey across to every Sunday. Any club. And no a special event, it can be managed appropriately. Now, I'm sorry, dear. Every Sunday, increasing the risk of transmission. Now, Ghana suffer no. Sebi. The leaders, de facto, some of the leaders of the country. Yet, what a Ghana, not just so Nyamisumni. So we are Christian no, so we are Muslim. We are nyamisumni pa. Go to Ghana on Kwadia. And the leaders, Nantiani Astra suffer no so. Any Muslim community leaders, they say, I'm boy and Nian get the message out there. Say social distancing no. Popro wants that Ushe face mask. So when he has a bequa bonti, a men tin see a bontina. Fanny mano, and who you here.
Doc and then you know what but before I back on so far Ghana for more Texas no you to say you tri-state no Jersey, New York, Connecticut Ghana for be say do asan back on no Texas mo ye safe Ghana ni be free
so far the Texas community the medical community no maintain so biawu e bi mwanya infection no nurses and doctors ni be na radiology techs ni bi mwanya infection no but maintain so biawu but East Coast on Feniaka in New Jersey, New York area and dear we've taken a few casualties
and I said doc na say mo ya doctor for there but I say nim tree and hwentia pepre suru musa famusa ne wedi aba ne ade akekeduro ene ankadwoa yes ye adwuma panti mo ya doctor so but ye anamo ayo drama na we are Ghana ni abrofu no ye de nti we monum hwenti anoma why
if ya ni nyina boa ne de menka ni nyina boa ba ye ka say oye bibidro no so no na oye de abrofu no so ma mo ye research bebre no so mo kan ye de ni nyina ye together we can find a solution ye no mo hwenti ye ne akekedro yi na sanction mask na hohoro onsa
your dog mbacho me ma akode but un say abrantie ya owu ye wo Minneapolis bibini no a police ni de 90 and konso akọ say abrantie ni we Floyd case no ye say basabasa ya ba ye gina ye follow wo CNN ni ade mbacho mo Texas no a trigger ba mo ho ana because they say ye nuanum Ghana for baby am obi am ye safe.
The situation is very unfortunate, especially with coronavirus time. Yeah, I can say Crawford I mean, many major cities in Crawford to Street, you know. Of course, Minneapolis, Hono, Atlanta, even Houston has a cramp and drama demonstrations be brave. Amashishi are dining police buildings be brave. But so far no. Governors not about any of Makasa, and I believe said the situation will be under control very soon.
Doc, you know as papa mo unu nuanu Black Star Line doctors. Black Star doctors me boy.
Star docs. And pacha mo hwehwe Instagram and Facebook Black Star docs.
Black Star dogs. Ya da wan say mo ye adwuma. Me dey say rain fifie na wo ye interview class wo abo Ghana kenteduku no.
Oh. St. Joseph's class of 98.
I see. O class ben no.
Class of 98.
St. Rose's. Oh, I
Yes.
see. Yadama say, my idea, much Ghana and Munyam, Mote Ghana and so a Juma Moya na broche. When a Trump cast and if you want to be uncle the Chromo, Omerham Mosum a broche, Mosum America, I get Ghana for cry, Yenya home faso. Se be ya. Doc ya da su bebre. Doc ne ne chiche nkomo no doc kumsi kote Dr. Fokese Black Star Doctors omo wa broche omo ka omo abom se omo mmomuro mfi efi omo ta baga na no ma ba bom nuanom ahwe omo yare afan ebusa uguso ahwe live or critical issues wo UTV ye wi ano no but ye hwe abato ye hwe before ye hwe abato da no ene ye hwe abato na wie ye ne collation ne ade na Prof Sajampo na ewie e de ma prof wie wo point na yenko but once na doc really issue be say omo do omo abroche no to omo na mbeso koso covid cases so nti e betimi atwo di ni irrespective of COVID and one say betete entem e be ro yensa nti we are satisfied.
I told the beer now you are dealing with two different sets of human beings in different countries.
Okay.
Bra na me sua there US no ho na omo to aba election aye ama Barack Obama no 2008. Me ka say me call me professor me teacher Professor Per Robinson na me call no am say na yesem omo to aba ndo no say ai na am say but me who bibia che so omo to aba ha ye din obi aye ne bi no say ha de to aba nkonto kwa ye obi anko bodom ye nko ye sa ne ma no obi ane obi anko na se for wo na yen susu ye de no different wo baby wo ho it takes just an announcement people will comply baby nso wo ho ye de na to be na asoja for bem na se for send an bribu kan mu TV so na me hu ye say obi yesi ya lockdown obi ne de no say o say okohwe se ya lockdown nti no eto de bia na ama comparing the citizenry of the two countries you know eto de bia na ama no ayedin na ye besre we hope na yasre se amanfo bedin hihye so na omo nkofa mrancho mo nsa na so omo nkoye ne ya emfata na ebema ema yare no enkosoro during the time. I agree with her. Say you see the fears that we are expressing, it will pale in comparison with the fear or what we are likely to go through if we are unable. See, to me, and to about 2020. Near my bet to me is seen, and also seeing fear now you're expressing. What they are saying to know about 1 year, I see a 2 hour. Yes, say, but so dear, then we should approach the process with some caution and with some more preparation. And the preparations are look, we have never perfected the early, the prompt commencement of polls in Ghana. From 1992, yenya abatu bi ayato a yeka ase start 7 a.m. Etumi sha ase 7 a.m. da. Eno de bia yeti. Eno de bia yeti, de bia ye ko abatu polling stations a ebinu meko say voting election materials my. We never perfected it. And de bia ye hia ye ho hihye na asefo. Nti ema ye ka se ye de PPs abeka ho na already nema bi o ha ye ntumi nye ya na ye mu binum no ya na wo ye mu hihye kakra you doubt it kakra. But they should do better in psyching people out of fear.
Okay.
And yes, nkofo bebre ebeka say yentumi nkotro yede.
Yeah.
And about one nso no obi beka say be am ntumi nkoto because of dumping. Ye mompa because bra na ade no ye 5. Em say bra na ye 2 ye lockdown no. Now we were less than 10 in terms of infection. Partial lockdown. Now we were less than 10. And no crown ye 2 ye hu no. And I see a year be 8,000. And I feel ye ko jinjin ye ho ana say bi. I see a hwe niam bi. I'm saying governance, democracy, elections, voting, they must all go on, but we must approach the processes with some
trepidation. Me person we are very candid now, ma'am, straightforward answer. Yen children around 8,000, almost 8,000 cases and I am trying.
Yen
children no. Yen 8,000 and
I said never pay kai. Say how do you try more ho?
Prof, they don't change. I say we better me akọ, but one now can say the insurgency of the situation. Say a brain no a woman near ma aba no. Airline no can mature. But a nipa ho
the electoral commission for on so omokra no omo dates omo de mai say be sha say no omo save by the end of omo amfa date bi anhye ho. I am sure that omo so ehwe niema and na nyame boa omampani be kasa china. I am sure that we want to listen to him if he is really going to open up one bra you do over 8,000 bra or 2 mono na ye less than 10 na ye do 8,000 na bia obebia we don't know. Into no yentie no mampayin beka based on that na yebetumi ehu say omonye chinchin ana say omonso omonhwe kwan bi so na omonfa ye mfa so
you're bimpe
yo you say yeah in a registration I say any pay frame emra ya dum ya dun so tobrim
ai
ya dun so tobrim enti
na no nsuo ye to ye hu
ya enti me kai o mo say ya dun so tobrim enti o mo nkyere ekwan a na ye num bi o ye nkro no bi o ha say western region say nsuo ka so wo to a e bia na otwe na ntwai even north kwa nsuo ntanton say nsuo say ye to a na otwe ni ntwai nti moma eno so yemfa nko adwendwene mu ebeya kan media commission omonfa bibi mra stations no a ye wo politically exposed individuals a omo only stations no
e wo rural areas no
yes.
Community radio bi bebre politicians dey
am before private business do na
community
radio omo duro ho dey omo ye president e wo ho ya hweye omo be use radio stations the problems
and yes omo be use be in previous elections 2012 and 2016
the problems are back even kan ha kra no na no 2012 elections no radio good announcement bi omo make here okay na no 2008
okay
radio good announcement bi omo na omo announce ase no mu delay omo ya announcement kakra bi no mu tigu Afia nana
omo call say omo bobo dumping
yeah omo bobo dumping
electoral commission
yes
say mo fancy kan mo fam ma
okay
enti
media for yen sama ye kan
especially omo a
politicians
media houses no yeni mo nyina enti ka bibi kra sa da no do anka na otwe bedu na nka ya nka John ko holiday ya mo ko holiday
it is not
John Paul support side bombeti ase
a proactive process
yes
won say
but media ownership no cry questionable ebi won na politicians they are back
renting ntimi nka say ye mma wo sa de no emra bi da achine aye but abato we no de nka me say media commission ebeka na wotwe am ya to abana mon kan che sankrofo enim wo mo ye nya enim wo mo
would not be discrimination
your radio stations be to the to me so we are one side
yes
you one side to one side you two am phone na say omuntie dia and election day
my guarantee
let me tell you democracy every democracy all over the world requires some element of dictatorship to protect it. Yeah. To make democracy is not an open sesame. Obia to me nyani ope.
If the station is owned by a political hanum or say Kwame despite Obia him say onyone party we onko jina baby simple so enkoye campaign ma obi enti enimo GBC Obia him other mean to me but at least multimedia Obia him say onko jina baby enyayi but the academy momudin na mababo me the academy the academy
e men kan
so the enimo the academy him say papa we na dia papa we na and omu were both sides indeed they can say for the purpose of our peace munko live 1 week
okay
na ya bobo wi a na mama commentary said ya mo ye na nka be boy
na be say Afia say ya nyere ye ho saa ya nye proactive and no na me catch enko for say bra na Liberia conflict in by me share judge bi a na oton ade okwan ho judge a oton ade okwan ho conflict nti si ya ma ya adwen mu ando na sabi ye nsu nyansa bi wo nema bi na nka say ade we die si ya nya ne saa
si ya nema no kwan
ya nya ne saa oye ne beba na ka say democracy yes, me I'm a student of democracy. I believe in freedoms and all that. But ye kase freedom, I kase freedom unti yen hwe mo man no mo. Nti ye ne nkofo bi kasa election aba wo papa ya nipa ote say station or ye bia party we ni party nti ye hu line of discussion say ya mo shape up sentimentalism na say for si ye ne mo kasa na mo ntie dia ene mo frequency ne yen mfi mu senkra na mo election day na dia ye mfa ma se mo ntie a me nka se mo nso na unu omo kasa na so manya utumi monitor na utumi take out the frequency say ne be ya ye attention mba man no
me was suggestion back okay social media for ye hono say another problem
exactly
na social media no ka say o block na problem ho NCC ne on say tainted political leadership na wo ho no enti kama say
even America Trump say or new or signing executive order
say ya tese nka IGP bi nso ba so am kai say o say election I think the 2016 election
shut down so that day no shut down
if we won't compel ourselves so be it
ho na me ba no say sadam enka yenye bibi say hwe na enyema efiri social media ba no na mpo social media ebe block whatever Twitter ni hwan ni na dia sunde bebre ni a se be yankodi nkonkonsa social media yebedidi yebeda yebe Ghana bekoso na se ebe ye bibi na social media de ntokwa especially fake news ye woni pa ni bi
wo betumi a manufacture results e dia social media ya sensan
party phone me no mo woni pa o mo dem a mo te no do mo ya na say ye
friend social media political language
me te say that now ka wan sem
social media political language
social media language
phone so mo tu futuro gu nkrofoni bibi nsi ha o mo be ye na ye betumi aye e the Peace FM mo hanum UTV letterhead atoso aka say de mo na mo kan
eso na nye
na mo kan bibia enti sankrofo no sa enti misrew sa na ma weni nyina na afen so ye wo unofficial mediators wo kromwa say you tumfo mo ne you so for pama bakos no ne sankrofo no mpa me chew o mo start adwuma
okay
mo ntwen say
bibi be
tension beba e no ma frɛ nkrofo no wo dem e no makasa si say tension na start huru
me pacho to add to that no to add to that na to de bia niam ne bi oda na che so tumfo kasa say advert no ba me frɛ we wo dem there be niam ne bi wo ho a wo hu
yema ne hyedem
yema ne hyedem but eto de bi nso a yema nkofo hu say anamoy ne yetu a ema nkofo so hwe omo yi I am sure that otumfo may be talking behind the scenes but people don't know
nti go so be
onya na ba bi we say de bi nyasa ne omo nkasa obedwem na mom yema
e bi a release bi aba say we share wo mo
no wo release bi aba bi ewu say pani it is a point now pani wo fie
nti pani afre the last one make on say electoral commission for say e ba say ruling party for e kasa amomwa omombara bonte mbeka say mo kasa yansumamo
okay
no munya say to the be as omo kasa omo ntumi nkasa amomwo na ruling party create nsem na sesen omo ankasa na face omo kama
na dia na e won
kasa mamwa mombara electoral commission for mbara bonte mbeka say we are an independent commission. We have what it takes to defend ourselves. Enti no sane be ya emma opposition for so feel said that my money we are in bed enti no shut up na munya ye na yankasa na adwuma what you say as ye come on no my din ye can against your media no ma be say we have the mandate emwa
if you am last one men can ma can be na we dem men can be media owners no papa for no neutral for no and I'm from papa for no neutral for no the message say mon kam humum animu ye na ma political parties nkrata say on the night of the election mo ye ma adwene say mo ye be friend say press conference
ana okay
ana say simple ade a chi a yan nyam boy no mo ye press conference na mo press conference ni say mo be ka say mo na ma we ni ana mo na mo say comfortable lead ni hwan ni sem no sa ha o mo be jina no mo ka sa de na mon kele news no wa
okay
mon nya sa comment na mon kan chem se mo ye ma news ni ma o mo so ama na ama enko ba bia
the social media phone here amane ma e bold
do no because people act on the basis of what they hear and go for etu anamon awade a on betin na e be no matin dodo social media ne mo nti se social media de bibi ye na bibi ba na block na mo smu de mo akom na mo bo yanyom sada mo me anyom
no violence
na mo hwese obi betimi e de of course na ye need e che ne need e che say ni mani bo wa say
right information so wo nti
no say
to about ye timi nkobonyum sa
no me can say
my information na e de ye ne beba
say bi obi ewiem no ma chene de amonka
okay
oh the make obi ye nyambransem bi obi kontokwa obi di tu akosi bi no ma hu say etu amonka and the amonka na no ka amonka nche say ye nko ne nko ji to ni from nsem
okay
na so mo no mo busu afo person mo wu a mo na ye de ye pe say ye enjoy Ghana cause Ghana be that
yo ye ma mesa bumper
if you say na dey ya can't send be brief from pre-election poll day ni post-election day say electoral commission tie police service tie omu amoka be omu nyina tie baako a George catch education maame na offer so kan ye nipa ntiase nye announcement na ye nye directives na ye she no marks na ye ma nipa ntiase de ntiase she no marks na ye call registration so e de be call prof kan de niam ehia wo ya announcement na we in fact me pese ye mfa kan wo say the police institution must continuously monitor the environment right after the announcements especially baby contestations war any baby are usually record close margins of difference for votes
flash points
yeah monitor who ye even in fact deploy ahead of the announcement and maintaining presence or the communities and after announcements na you know what can opportunity for contestation yes say you be all right so sad in any hono monipa the imration so well courts are so much parliamentary contestations no more no dispatch with it national courts here na oboya opportunity say yes start say yeah gym ready yes yeah ecosystem system need ye disambra no so fi say bibia be ye election bi any ho aye boko da or ha say no say the provoke the only fortune is say yenya spontaneous violence oh man by election bi anya free from violence but I believe say yedimbra no so e be sail through
okay if you ready nkan wasem no nam so ka cho mampani say mo mi asore no
mo mi asore
so for no be say omo measures Ghana for ye ade pass a proposed measures obi ani so yes no mo mi
ye propose by ye ni so
nti we say mo mi ye betima tena fi asom Nyankopon Nyankopon wo fie
me wa so for ye akra ba be predictions before year no and the 31st
don't mind what me predict here
Mahama be wini Nana do be wini
what me predict COVID-19
ebinu so omo hu ye
eno manka eno mo no ye
media for na anti
eno mo no ye
I was about the critical issues in this year and see Adamasi. So when you match critical issues, I'm a Professor Jampo, Associate Professor, University of Ghana, Legon, or you'll be our show and Uma Bibri, Efa, Amanyo Semho, Nimdi Fofa, Amanyo Semho. I said the year Mesa Bompa Cra, HN. Also watch there into Professor Jampo is training thousands and thousands of people at the University of Ghana. And as I said, no journey do many na COVID news show and so about the care dance say Prof by Sansona Yera Akotobi Mpe send Ghana country director ewo omeyi wono so eja ni nyuma ho nyina ama nememenda about the care ho yadase bebe ye ma me glory for ebuedu lawyer say gender balance any table no until next time ye fa ma no susu COVID-19 until frɛ ma no a say na COVID ni kwara ne hamiti mami next time bia yede wa mu beba na ba be kan ho yebra mensa abrompa so openi kese senior officer programs officer ma Center for Democratic Development CDD and on so security desk so CDD onu ko yan so kan kodeyo form na ye domestic election observers onu so fie bebre ode aye adwuma aye research CDD in fact CDD aye study fa what goes into manifesto the Ghana for person party for no tro wasem or manifesto nimti next time ye baba ya ba be bon komo ye fa me bimle de Afia Pokua seda kese enkoma enapa foods so and also yasin ayede and critical issues be aseda so enkoma production team ni apoma only clothing ewo osu Oxford Street so ko anim ho ma photo club nche wa bon se pamoni ewo nsa ebenkumo msa o kisema so omne maye entire ehye pamoni Nyakopon ensham papa na tribe head and maye wigs ni ade nyina ehye enti production team ya damas ye nua edi obi mpe ye nua sika ho mfa ye bompa ye se Nyakopon be hwe so na ho ato ye wa nyina de enti ehye mask no mami chemu ye was sanitizer machine I see and my sanitize and from one nyina na si efom ho no nti na ye share mask we are heavily socially distanced nti yadama say Ghana Health Service for any akwancha mo de my fa COVID-19 ye so ye pon ya obi ekuta mask na ya share nya de ebi amon ho ban no hwe no ho ye said ye ba COVID-19 cases no enko anim said ye ekon abusia for yadama say ma mo nya mo ene hwe next week yankopon ya adoma e be san ba be share our critical issues bi